What's up, everybody? Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast. I am your host, the most professional wrestler, TNA star, proud member of the system, and the Scottie Pippen of wrestling figure collecting, Brian Myers.
And I am your host, the indie god, the deathmatch king, the internet champion, the complete Matt Cardona, a.k.a. the $1,000 broski, a.k.a. the Michael Jordan of wrestling figure collecting. And as my dead broski, Zack Ryder, would say, Happy Woo Year!
Happy New Year! I'm also here, producer of the show.
We went there, huh?
Smart Mark Sterling, Esquire, the most famous professional wrestling lawyer in this show, is brought to you by, for another year, good friends, Ringside Collectibles. Use code MAJOR to save 10%.
10%. Guys, I just want to throw this out there. The other night, everyone was sleeping. I see another, 4.0 are at sales of Ringside. Christmas has already passed. I'm like, there's no way there's still sales, but there is. I click it. I kid you not. For $101, all in, taxes, shipping, done. I use discount code MAJOR. I save 10%. I got 16 wrestling figures.
Wow.
16.
Wow, like
There
were
were
they
a lot
just
of deals. I checked it out, too.
Were they things? There weren't things you needed. You just
I was loading up my whatnot, but
Got it.
I have, Kristen or Caster signed one thing. My money's made, and it's just,
when we were in the
But
thick
think
of
about
whatnot, I did that too.
$101 spent, 16 brand new, mint condition professional wrestling action figures. That's absurd.
Someday, people are going to be like, "Man, I really need a Chris Statlander action figure," and they're going to
100%.
remember the day that it was $199, and they're going to be like, "Wow, I was an idiot."
I mean, even now, she was just on a pay-per-view. If someone's watching that, becomes a fan of hers, wants a figure, okay, it's $199 now, but once he's gone, that's it.
Right.
You know?
Exactly.
It's a crucial time.
What a match, too. Anyway,
Mark, you were in Orlando, didn't even hit me up.
I was literally there for less than 24 hours in
John
Orlando.
Carlo hit me up. We got lunch.
Really?
John Space Carlos trying to get?
Yeah, we
He's
got
trying to go
lunch.
to Disney for free. That's why.
Man, I landed, took a shower, put my suit on, and went to the building.
That was a ill-fitting suit, huh, Mark?
No. Bullshit.
That looked like a Cena 05 style
Oh,
suit.
damn. You rocked a Steve Harvey on pay-per-view?
That's what it looked like. The
No.
sleeve looked so baggy.
I got a lot of compliments. It was just the way I was sitting. I got a lot of compliments on that suit.
Did
You know-
anyone say this is a Steve Harvey?
No.
No?
But I feel okay saying this because it was in the news. Your good friend Top Dollar said, "Wow, you are looking great." Complimented me on my
Well,
style.
I think that he could have fit into that suit.
That's why he was trying
It
to
was
borrow
not
it.
baggy.
He was trying to borrow it for his meeting with Tony, I bet.
I get it. All right. Smart Mark Harvey.
Jesus. Oh, my God. All right,
Great
guys.
suit.
Follow us on X, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Major WF Pod. Subscribe to this podcast wherever you find your podcast. If you're watching on YouTube right now, subscribe. Hit the subscribe button every single week. Leave a review, not just any review, but a major review. Who wins this week? And they're going to get a prize. Who is it?
Okay, Jack at Hammerdong. Whoa,
Hammerdong 69.
69, guys.
Isn't
a great
that
one.
Shoes' porn name?
Okay. He says, huge fan of the program. I just recently got into wrestling figure collecting. With all the different companies and different series under Mattel alone, it can be a bit overwhelming trying to figure out which is which. Thanks to you guys, I can now understand it all. I really dig the stories from Matt, Brian, and Mark's past of their old fig feds. It really brings me back to the days when me and my brother used to each have our own wrestling figure federations and would meet up in each other's rooms for huge pay-per-views.
Whoa.
We used all
Showdown.
types of action figures besides just wrestling. Figs like Turtles, Rambo, Indiana Jones. That's very smart. We had a stage and ramp build out of Encyclopedia Britannicas. Well, finally, somebody used those encyclopedias.
Wow.
And had an old silver Panasonic boombox we used to play tapes through for ring entrances. We would record the audio from our matches with commentary and even wrote down all of our match cards in a notebook. Thanks for bringing back some of my fondness childhood memories. Keep up the fantastic work. Dong, man, Hammer Dong, I would love if you could take a picture of that notebook. I would love
Hammer
to see
dong da dong dong dong.
I'd rather listen to the commentary.
it. That's true. That's true. Any follow up on that, I would love to hear or see it.
That's a great review, guys. We're in another year. This is going to be, oh my God, is this our 6th year or 7th year?
I'm always bad with the math.
We started in 2018.
This is 7th. This will be our 7th.
Wow,
Did we just
7 years.
we're entering our 7th. Yeah,
This is wild.
we just completed 6 years.
Yeah.
Brian, Chris says, "Is Hammer Dong signed a team?" I think that's Hammer Stone.
Hammer Dong's out with knee injuries
That's Hammer Stone.
on
Actually.
the shelf.
Is it a knee injury or a dong injury?
I don't know.
We don't know.
We'll have to look into that.
We don't know.
Speedy recovery.
Well, guys, if you're listening for the first time here, we do a lot of giveaways, especially the ones every week from Ringside Collectibles. Just find the pin post on X to be eligible. Last week, the prize was Sandman. Almost won Figure of the Year. Had a couple nominations for that. The winner of the Sandman is
Johnny McDonald at Johnny Mac 8.
Johnny Mac.
You win.
He's an evil genius at work, guys.
And this week, the prize is the From the Vault Yokozuna. Maybe you'll get the chase.
Nice.
Who
Oh,
knows?
that's a great
Who
thing.
knows?
Nice.
All right, guys, majormarks.com, patreon.com/majordebitpod, the family, the community, the subscription service. Sign up today, become a Major Mark. Every week we give away a prize to a new and old subscriber. Who do we got, Mark?
This week, first time in the line, Chris McCabe and the classic superstar, Ronnie Burke.
Wow, Ronnie Burke's been in there for a
Ronnie Burke.
while.
Wow, Ronnie Burke for sure.
Burke, he's been around a while, Ski.
Brand new month over on Patreon. Of course, you get this podcast early and ad-free, access to the Facebook group, 2 bonus podcasts. We haven't recorded them yet. We will. We're going to do a Major Land with Brian Myers. All things Brian's
Got a lot to
Disney
get off my
trip.
chest.
We'll talk some other theme park stuff.
By the way,
And then-
real quick, I was talking to Niece about this week, about how Brian maybe didn't really love his experience, and he said the exact same thing Broski said. He said, well, he probably did it terrible. Niece, an Orlando guy, think he knows his way around the parks. So
Listen, it's a very difficult thing.
It's more. I mean, I don't have to get into this now because we're going to do a bonus pod on it, but it's more. We didn't do it terrible. There's just things I'm curious why they even exist at Disney or why they are the way they are. That's more of my
right.
argument.
Well, I'll try to answer those questions for you. We're also bringing back the movie club. We're going to watch a movie, talk about the movie, talk about the figures from that movie. You guys wanted it. We're going to do it. Coneheads.
You better watch it, broski.
Of course. I've watched them all. I've never seen Coneheads.
I feel like you're gonna have it on in the background and not really watch
No,
it.
I always watch these on the
All right.
plane rides.
Well, we already know he hates the actors in it. Just
No, I love Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah, there's somebody you're gonna sink your teeth in.
Who else is in it?
Farley.
Oh,
The only person in the world
God,
who hates
psycho.
Chris.
it's like fart comedy. I'll watch it.
You're insane.
Hey, who knows? Hey, maybe I'll love it and I'll buy the figures. You never know.
I would.
I'm going to put together a supercut of all the fart jokes you've made for the last 7 years on this podcast.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm sure we could have a good 3-minute reel.
We got Heath's Happy Hour. We got Silver Line Smart Mark Sterling.
But
We got
I
myself.
might be meeting up with Heath this week, actually. I'll be in Charlotte.
Alive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A live recording?
I don't know about that. Maybe. I would like to talk to him about doing that possibly, yeah.
Okay.
That'd be cool.
I do the Let 'em Breeze every single week. The Figure Dissecting with D Freedom. The Captain's Log with Joe Shoes. Who's on the log this month? We got to get somebody on that log.
Wait, we haven't aired the Greg Jeffries one yet, right? I'm pretty positive.
Was it done?
Because December was done, but he interviewed Greg Jeffries live at the QBC, and that's going to be
All right.
the January episode.
Oh, that's great.
Cool.
Yes, pretty positive.
And we have the audio of that?
Yes, professional audio being sent to us.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Courtesy of Keith Black with QBC. Thank you very much.
Nice.
That is great. Mark, what's going on with you and Heath? What are you guys going to talk about this month?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it depends on if we do something live. If we do something live, we'll do something. Maybe I'll go to his house. Maybe I'll get a little tour. I don't know.
Ooh, a
I
little
don't
fig
know.
tour. He definitely has a little man cave.
Yeah.
He's into horror movie stuff and Rocky stuff, and he collects his stuff through his career.
He always talks about just grilling out and stuff. I just want to go to his house and like have him.
Oh, you gonna have a little cookout?
Yeah, that'd be
Little
awesome.
cookout.
Man.
That'd be great.
Have yourself a damn hot dog, man.
So guys, if you're just signing up to MajorMarks.com, not only do you get these 2 bonuses, but you get years, literally years of bonuses.
Yep.
You'll have material till next year if you start
Guys,
listening now.
This is Sunday night. We have 30 Patreons in here watching live. If you watch this on YouTube, you don't get it for 6 days.
It's pretty crazy.
Think about that.
Of course,
6 days early. And you're
They-
live in here interacting with us in a
They
chat
can-
where we can see your comments.
Yeah, I was gonna say they can get on the podcast. Tom's Wrestling Collection says Heath's happy hour is amazing. Heath's a great guy. How could you not love
Heath
Heath?
is a
Everyone
You gotta
follows
love
him.
Heath.
treasure.
You gotta love Heath. And the Heart Foundation up, you get the card. The December card has not shipped yet. Right, Mark?
Well, no, it's not even technically right now as we're recording. It's not even out of December.
Well, if you're listening live, it's not December. But if you're listening when you're supposed to listen, it's either the 6th or the 7th.
As far as I know, it's all packaged up
too.
too, so it's ready to rock.
Perfect. And then this is the final month of the
January
series.
would be the final month for the 5th card for the 5th series of the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast cars. Yes.
So you'll get 2 cards. You get the checklist and
Yep.
the bonus superstar. And, of course, there's a chance to win an autographed version of that. So make sure you pick that up. Anything else for MajorMarks.com?
No, we are chugging along.
Sweet. If you want to advertise your product or service, hit us up, majorpodcast@gmail.com. Guys, some follow-up. First of all, my December was so crazy. This is the first time in the month of December that I'm recording in my office and in my studio.
Well,
That's
I didn't think
wild.
of that.
I feel out of place.
You had a nice background last week though. Bro,
I did.
like a rustic hotel room,
I was
The-
saying, what,
the
Chelsea,
Marriott?
that bra?
Chelsea in a bra. Yeah.
Renaissance Hotel.
Hell of a background.
But guys, happy holidays, Merry Christmas. We dropped that Galoob episode if you haven't listened.
A lot of wonderful feedback, man.
Oh my God. Even Sean Ross Sapp was tweeting about it.
Yeah.
Check it out. I prefer
Thanks
the
to
YouTube.
Tony Schiavone.
Yes,
Last minute,
Tony, thank you.
open. Yeah. Thank you.
I prefer the YouTube version, obviously, with
Yeah,
the,
come on,
with the
it's a
pictures and
visual.
the
It's evergreen. It's up there forever to be enjoyed and, educate yourself.
Yes.
A trip down memory lane, whatever it does for you.
Well, at WrestleSearch, noticed a packaging change, a running change to copy on Galoob's 1991 Scott Steiner. We were talking about it in the episode.
I
We
see
were talking
this.
about
Yeah.
Tilt the World. It was changed to Tilt the World. It was changed.
Which is unreal that they cared to even do that, in my opinion, Tilt
Yeah.
the world.
I was blown away. Then there was a comment on the video that of somebody that said, "You guys are all wrestlers, and you didn't know that it was Tilt the World." and then I'm like, "Wow, this guy's trying to call us out, and he's wrong."
Yeah.
He's wrong.
So eat shit, troll.
And
But
then we
yeah,
found out during the pod that Tilt the World is the name of like a famous ride that we all didn't know about.
Right. So in my mind, I was like, maybe there are things that the boys just have like wrestler speak. So to me, it could
Right.
be, it could have like originally been Tilt the World and turned into Tilt the World, but I think this is truly Tilt the World, not Tilt the World.
It's a honest mistake.
Right. I mean, also at the end of the day, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. Major Mark, Bob Fossman, shares his LJN collection. Check this out. Look at that backdrop from
I saw
the
that.
backdrop
So
guy.
freaking classy.
Backdrop
Just
guy.
Just a
Oh, man.
perfect way to do that, right?
It's so cool. I mean, I hate to nitpick, but you it's such a great backdrop, but then you can't see it at all with the figures.
Right. But it's still
It's still there.
so much cooler than a white wall. And he's got
Absolutely.
those lights that I have too, like hanging there, so you get that aspect of it. Very
I
cool.
was more concerned with or curious, how do you get those fucking LJN figures to stand?
They don't have like little doll things around the waist of all
I
them?
can't tell. Some of them it looks like they do.
I mean, Hogan definitely has something there. JYD does.
It looks
Well,
like
maybe
the
the
ones
ones
on
that
the
don't
bottom have
stand.
stands, guys.
Yeah.
Some of them have stands.
What a great setup.
Well,
there.
I think
That
what
looks
is the bigger
clean.
concern is where's his big rubber guy Detolf set up like this?
Very true.
Also, why does he have Hasbro rings on top of the LGN display?
The Hasbro rings really kind of messing me up.
Yeah.
But
Well, maybe
They're
the LJN
colorful,
ring
so.
wouldn't fit on top. Looks like that's the ceiling
All
up there.
my LJNs, though, back to the original point, though, are leaning up against each other like
Oh, mine too.
they would go down like dominoes if someone were to give.
right.
But this is, I think, the best way I've ever seen someone display a set of LJNs.
This is classy, thought put into this. Really nice.
Everyone gets a good. What's the word I'm looking for? They get the attention they deserve.
Right.
Yes.
He also is clearly a diehard. Like he has 3 versions of Jesse there. Like,
Well, there are different versions. If you want to be a psycho,
Yeah,
there's
but
different
I don't do
mustaches,
that.
different hair colors. It's what
Well, if
you
that's your
want to
number one
consider a
line,
band.
I think it's
right,
cool to
then
have.
you got to keep going. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's really cool. But like Brian said, I think he needs a little big rubber guy Detolf.
It's
Yeah, maybe
the
he does.
evolution.
You think Detolfs, now that they're extinct, do you think they're going to go for like more money on the secondary market?
Definitely, especially if you have a display and then like you need to add another one and you're
Right.
desperate. Like, what are you going to do?
I mean, the Detolf for a figure collector, I think it's, as much as we talk about it, I think it is so underrated because you put some stands in there like that, maybe some lights, it turns into a top quality display piece.
Especially at the price point.
Well, the original price point
The
was
original
$60,
price point.
wasn't
When we
it?
first started talking about this years ago, it was nuts.
It was 60 or 80,
60
and then it went up to
bucks.
120.
$60 $62 or something. Crazy.
Even what it went
insane.
up to was still very
Yeah.
fair.
120 was still like a deal.
Yeah.
Well, one of the best setups I've ever seen, so I wanted to shout that out. This is an interesting one. This Eddie Kingston fix-up. Have you seen this?
Yes.
Astrid, he repainted the head, basically showing that it's not the sculpts that are the issue, it's the paint app,
Right.
right? It really makes this Eddie Kingston come to life.
Right.
Looks incredible. Look at his previous work here. I haven't even seen these. This is my first time looking at it.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
The Darby looks fantastic. I mean, the
MJF
Kenny,
is
they all
much
do.
Improved.
Yeah, wow.
The Kenny.
Really, really cool. But our good friend Jeremy Bauer, commented.
Jeremy's really got some balls that he like
Just says stuff like
called
this.
this out, right? Like
Yeah.
I don't know. If this was
Well-
like my product, I'd like be homering into a bush about this, not posting about it.
So for the listeners, Jeremy Bauer says, amazing hand-painted Eddie Kingston. Adding a few ultra hand-painted chases in future waves hasn't been done before, and it could be a lot of fun. This got, surprisingly, some backlash from fans, Joey Janela included, saying, well, why don't you just make them look good?
I love Jeremy. I couldn't agree more though. Like,
Yeah, but wouldn't that just make the price of the figure higher?
well,
Well, I think there's a big in-between a hand-painted
I mean-
prototype and that.
for whatever reason, this is such a crazy example, right? Like, I don't know if it's really this extreme in real life how bad this looks, but
I never had the Eddie and thought that it looked horrible.
then when you see something like that one looks like a video game. The other one looks, you know.
But guys,
like a
it looks.
melted
Let's look at
candle.
Brian. Here's the thing. It looks like what it is: a fucking toy.
Right. It's a $24 toy you buy
I
at
have
Walmart.
no problem with a toy looking like a toy.
Mass
Yeah.
produced. Yeah, I 1000% agree.
I do agree. But there's some happy.
I
In
do think
between.
a happy medium could be made,
Yes, that's all.
but at the end of the day, these are toys, folks. Let's not forget that.
that
Yes.
too.
Now, I hate to give this guy a shout out, but KWK he does something similar. Puts some prototypes as chases.
And he does, right?
Yeah. I personally wouldn't be opposed to the big rubber guys doing that, but also, don't you think some people would just want the figure?
I mean,
It depends how rare these really are.
This is a fantasy. I'm not really thrilled about the whole execution of this being real.
I'm not
'Cause, like-
against it. I think it's anything that's cool and special and innovative, I'm all for.
Yeah, but I don't know if this is in the right way.
Jeremy, as much as I love him, also says a lot of stuff and it doesn't get backed up.
I just think it's a fun discussion thing to post about, I guess, but just make the scans the paint apps a little better and move on.
If anyone can make it happen, it's Jeremy, one of the
course.
smartest guys I know. Not only in the figure business, but in the wrestling business, in life. But
I mean, we saw this with our Super 7s, like, especially Wave 1 when we were so hands-on with everything. We got hand-painted stuff and we were like, oh, this is awesome. And then the production stuff didn't have the same
right.
detail and quality, right?
Right.
But that happens with our stuff all the time too. You know, a hand painted sample is just going to be a little bit more, I've seen him
Yeah.
with zombie stuff when he shows it.
Yeah.
Yes. Have you guys seen the movie Y2K?
Y2K.
No, but Chuck Taylor brought this up to me.
Chuck Taylor brought it up to me too,
Okay.
and he's actually correct. We have picture proof that in the movie they're making a Kelso action figure using a Paul London WWF figures head. However, Paul London didn't debut in the WWE until 2003, rendering the entire film completely unwatchable because it's set in 1999.
Wait, did he notice that was Paul London? When
Yes, he did. He brought it up to me when I saw him at AEW. I'm like,
Yeah,
I've never
same.
seen this movie.
Oh
But you
my
can
God.
tell also that's Mattel wrestling figure parts too on the body they're painting up.
Or like
The
an
hands.
R3 or something.
It looks like a Mattel to me. D says yes.
Do you say yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
So
The random.
All right. So what we're saying is this movie is terrible because it's inaccurate,
Yeah, don't.
unwatchable.
all right. So last week we finally talked about Vietnam, the new factory, our thoughts on this. And I promised I'd get some word from Mattel. But first, Kyle Peterson reached out to me, and he said this. He said, Mattel had some major issues for about 3 series with the factory change. It has seemingly gotten better with the last Elite series back to normal mass-produced issues, but the factory change over was pretty much every single figure with the right leg where it meets the hip being the biggest issue. And I've heard about this on the Wrestling Pigs message boards. I've heard about it in our Facebook groups about like the leg issue. But me personally, I never had that issue, so I didn't know what people were talking about. Not that I didn't take them seriously. It's just like not that I didn't believe it, but I didn't see it to believe it, if that makes sense.
Right.
And over the holidays, I went to my brother's house and I played with my nephew's new Mattel figures. Indeed, do we have the photo? I opened, I played with a bunch of these figures, and a lot of them would not be. Their legs could not sit, so they couldn't kick. They couldn't do anything. It would go up and then go right back down.
Yeah, and I guess I kind of noticed with some of my stuff, but I just thought maybe it was just stiff and new, or I didn't realize it was like an issue.
Yeah. So I mean, listen, how many Mattels have I gotten in the past couple of months? Like many. I guess maybe they weren't from these particular lines because I only do flashback guys. I'm not quite sure, but the particular figures that had the leg issues that I noticed were Tommaso, the Dragunov. So I'm not sure if those were from the same sets, but literally, like you put the leg up and it would come right back down. So that's definitely an issue.
Oh yeah,
But again,
bizarre though.
I don't know how big this issue was. I did reach out to Mattel about this Vietnam situation, and they said, plain and simple, guys, if you have a complaint, you need to reach out to Mattel and not like tag Steve or Ravishing Robert or Bill or talk about it on Wrestling Figs or the major pod Facebook group. You need to go on the back of that box, get the information from Mattel, whether it be email, phone number, website, I don't know exactly what's on there, and complain that
Like
way.
actual customer service.
Like actual customer service.
I was so mad about that Tilt the World thing. I tagged Robert in a bunch of posts about it.
Well,
Tell him he should fix that copy.
listen, the Mattel team, Corporate Steve, Ravishing Robert, they want everything to be as good as possible, but they stress that if you want things changed, if you're having issues, if you feel there are bigger problems out there, you need to directly complain to Mattel and not tweeting them. We know Mattel's social media. They basically don't even have one.
Basically non-existent.
So going on, it's great to voice your concerns in these message boards and our Facebook group, but it's not going to do anything. Like you're just wasting your time.
It's not the proper way to complain about something.
Not the proper way to complain. Hey, do both, right? I'm not saying don't complain on message boards.
Sure.
But if you want something to change,
If you want action,
if you want action,
you
right?
need to do it the proper way, yes.
Exactly. So that's kind of the moral of the story here is like,
And I guess we should also say that we were told that changes are in place to this going forward. This leg thing is done, so.
right. So obviously Mattel realized it was a big enough issue to correct it. Now we'll see if it does get changed. But yeah, that's the thing, like complain to Mattel directly not just on message boards, not just tagging Steve and Robert, because there's really nothing they can do. You got to go to the top, and if enough people complain, that's how things are going to get done. So, thought that was, pretty important information to spread to the fans out there. Last thing, guys, a lot of updates from Major. This just came out of nowhere. I don't know about you, Brian. I had no idea this was coming. The Major Bendy's Whatnot exclusive Connect figure.
Bro. Such bullshit.
Did you, listen, he funded this. He funded this on his own. That's perfectly fine. But, when I fund, my Major Bendy, I let the group know about it. I share the images. Did you know anything about this, Brian?
Updated with his tattoo, that little shit.
I think it's great. I just had no idea about it.
You couldn't even sign one for me, the scumbag.
It's a Whatnot exclusive.
Again, so
I'll never see him again. So
Power
also,
Ranger
just have Madison or Mackenzie.
they have the same, handwriting, so you might as well.
I imagine he writes holding the pen like this.
Well, they got.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Guys, we live in a world where there are 3 Kinnick action figures out there.
That's a reality.
But, he works his ass
Look at
off
these
for us.
Galoob-esque sneakers he has on.
He's getting the whole company shut down.
I know, right?
Yeah, he's gonna screw you guys over.
No, but
Mark for himself.
Kinnick works his
Jeopardizing
ass
our
off.
whole company.
So if he wants to fund a Major Bendy every once in a while, I don't mind it. But
Sure.
there it is. Also, guys, a surprise drop. Buddy Christ.
Guys,
Merry Christmas.
it might be one of our greatest products of all time.
From the Jay and Silent Bob
It's
universe,
perfect.
Buddy Christ.
Dogma star Buddy Christ. And look at this packaging. The legendary TTD knocks it out of the park again, and maybe our deepest bubble of all time.
Wow.
Well, he's got a point,
Yeah, he's got the point. So this thing is beautiful. And by the way, Kinnick and Buddy Christ are the debut of the complete rebranding to Major
Oh.
in packaging form.
So you definitely need that Kinnick.
I guess
it's
technically
just the,
Kinnick came in first, so technically Kinnick is the first one.
I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe that was
Kinnick and Christ. Way to launch a new brand name.
Holy shit.
two holy mofos coming out.
So the Kinnick is available exclusively on his Whatnot. The Buddy Christ, this is in stock right now.
Buddy Christ one year for Halloween. That'd be a really easy costume for me.
Yeah. He's in stock
you're
right
right.
now
Yeah.
on collectmajor.com. Guys,
You can have a match in the match. Start doing some Jesus Christ moves.
There you go.
yeah.
It's a very, very nice piece, though.
Get knocked out, raised from the dead.
Well, guys, here it is. Big Rubber Guys, Series 11. The pre-order is the order. Collectmajor.com. You have all month to get these. We are very, very excited for these. Very, very proud of these. First up, we have, for the first time ever, in any line, Missy Hyatt with microphone and the soft, good skirt, just like Ms. Elizabeth. TTD, Brian Beatty, absolutely nailing this figure. Missy Hyatt's 40th year in the business. First ever figure. I'm very, very excited to get Missy Hyatt. Just like that LJ and Elizabeth, removable skirt, removable microphone. It can come out, it can stay in, whatever you'd like. Great, great figure. I cannot wait to get it. I'm a little concerned about her standing, but it is what it is.
That's true to form, though. What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
We'll do our best, obviously.
We'll do our best, is right. Up next, oh, baby, AA, Arn Anderson.
Let's go.
Hairy chest, spine buster position, and the Television Heavyweight Wrestling Championship. That's right. Some added value with a brand new championship. Looks beautiful. I cannot wait to add this to our collection.
Cool.
Unbelievable.
Now, what I like about these, you can make them.
Counselor.
That's right. You can make him either the Four Horsemen, you can make him the Brain Busters, but with his tag team partner, he has Tully Blanchard by his side with the National Heavyweight Wrestling Championship, another brand new title to the Major brand.
So cool.
Check that out. So we got Missy Hyatt, Arn, and Tully Blanchard. But Kinnick said, Kinnick was shaken. He was shaken on Christmas.
The ink was barely dry.
The ink was barely dry, so much so that we don't even have a render. It's just artwork right now. We will get the render in a couple days.
In fact, this move was very arrogant of Kinnick.
It was very arrogant. It reeked of arrogance, just like the newest wrestler and Big Rubber Guys, the model, Rick Martel, with removable sweater and the arrogance spray.
Let's go.
Unbelievable. This might be my favorite Big Rubber Guy design ever. I just love it. I cannot wait to have that removable sweater.
One of the first memories of wrestling is this version of Rick Martel being all over WWF TV.
So this is the first Rick Martel for sale since that Legends Rick Martel from Mattel?
Yeah, and that was like 07, 08, I want to say.
Wow. So Rick Martel is signed January 1st. Get your orders in collectmajor.com. The pre-order is the order. Missy Hyatt, Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, and the model Rick Martel. I'm very, very excited about this.
The Tully, by the way, clothesline, obviously.
Of course.
Punches, but also
celebrating.
He's got that shuffle walk he does.
Yeah.
He can kind of do that.
I
like it.
So good.
And I love that they have the added value with the titles.
Very
Great
proud.
for your fig fed. Pretty damn cool, man, as Heath would say. All right, guys, and up next is.
Well, hold on before we move on. I loaded these in because I'm a little upset here.
Here we go.
My suit looks great. Look at the size of that. It fits perfectly.
That's that. I mean,
why are you all limp-wristed?
It looks a little baggy in the elbow.
A little baggy in the elbow.
A little baggy in the elbow.
We saw a side shot where it looks.
Yeah, this isn't the shot. Where's the shot that I texted you? Didn't I text you a picture?
I texted that.
Is Daddy Magic wearing like the Thriller jacket, by the way?
That's Daddy Magic's outfit.
I like Daddy Magic.
Yeah, he's the man.
I didn't say I didn't like him. I just said, is he wearing the Thriller jacket?
He is the man.
When I took one of the
hell of a
AEW
banner right there, by the way. That's some great
great
minds.
Yeah, you want some wrestling knowledge, you know.
Did you take Double J's spot, you scoundrel?
Well, he had a match on the pre-show.
Oh.
Mark, tell me what you do in this situation. So a couple weeks ago when I was on Rampage, RIP Rampage,
right.
that was the last match of the night, literally the last match of the night.
Yes.
And they were waiting on me and Brian Keith for the bus to leave. You know, the bus takes you back to the hotel?
Yes.
And I got on, and everyone has a seat. There's no empty seats, and no one will even make eye contact with me to see if I could say, "Hey, can I sit with you?" You know what I'm saying?
Wait, so there was literally not an empty seat. You couldn't even sit with somebody.
No. Everyone had their own seat, but no one would make eye contact with me so I could even ask them, "Can I sit with you?" There was no empty seat. And I don't really know anybody that well, but I just saw Daddy Magic, and I'm like, "Hey, bro, you mind if I sit next to you?"
That's
Daddy Magic. He was a great
just
guy.
Find the guy that you have a rapport with or something, and then you sit next to them. They're not mad.
So
I would go right to a Johnny Silver and Alex Reynolds, a niece, whatever, the people that I'm friends with, and you sit down. But I can see it because you guys were probably.
Cannot believe Matt Cardona took the bus with the peasants.
I actually was blown away because
not an Uber XL or something.
I did Uber there.
Yeah.
No, you did the right thing. But the other thing is, if they were waiting, they could be waiting a long time, and then they're just not even. They didn't even notice you come on. It's no personal thing. They're just looking at their phones.
Worth a $13 Uber to get out of there.
Well, you don't know how long it's going to take. You're just on the bus. You think it's going to leave any minute.
Time is money, but anyway.
Yeah,
time is money. All right. Well, anyway, Mark, I'm glad you didn't show the pictures that show your ill-fitting suit.
Yeah.
I was leaning forward. Anyways, it was a great thing. I loved doing it. It was like a kind of a bucket list thing. I would love to do more of that stuff. Mary Kate was just heckling me the entire time. She was like 5 people away.
Wow.
But I was happy to do it, and I want to thank everybody for letting me do that.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, up next is the news, and it's not brought to you by PBR. It's brought to you by our newest sponsor, Garage Beer.
Major Wrestling Figure Podcast has a new tag team partner. Garage Beer.
Scratch that figure itch and scratch that beer itch with Garage Beer.
Every tag team needs a name.
And here it is, Major Garage Beer.
Garage Beer is light, refreshing, and made with the highest quality ingredients.
You can choose between the light beer or my favorite, the lime beer.
And with only 95 calories, it's the smart beer to drink.
I'm Brian Myers, the most professional drinker.
I'm Smart Mark Sterling, and I love beer-flavored beer.
And I'm always ready, Matt Cardona. And the Major Garage is always open. Guys, I don't even know what to say.
Cheers, boys.
Oh, I'm going to crack open a limer.
I'm liming it up.
Oh,
I do want to say this. Hell of a run with PBR. Nothing but praise.
no, we love you guys. Thank you
PBR.
so
It
much.
was a mutual decision to part ways. We had a hell of a time. Nothing but thanks to all the years of fun we had with them. But we are very much looking forward to the new year with Garage Beer. Guys, 95 calories, crushable, smashable, tailgateable light beer. The garage is officially open.
4%, which is like standard. It's a standard tasting lager. A lot of people aren't IPA people. It's not super hoppy. The lime is very tasty. That's sort of my favorite.
Oh, bro, it
one.
reminds me of Z True Long Island Story.
Yes.
There's the classic and the lime. We hear sales are about 50-50. Maybe you make the choice for yourself. I enjoy them both. Depends on what,
So the weird thing is right now it is December 29th. So if you're listening early, you maybe didn't see this. But on January 1st, a little commercial released. That was the super secret project that we were working on that day that we had mentioned a bunch of times during the toy drive. You did, if you are watching this podcast or listening to it, you did see footage from that commercial just now.
Yes.
But so we are off to the races.
Yes.
And we've got some merch.
Guys,
We've got some
a
giveaways.
lot of stuff. We have
I do want to say this.
keychains, magnets,
Oh,
stickers,
God.
T-shirts, signed turnbuckles as
Yes.
giveaways going on. With this.
Let me just say this.
Massive
So,
launch.
again, PBR, incredible. We loved him. But really, how PBR started was our man Corey. Corey was a major mark, happened to work for PBR.
I love you telling this story, by the way.
You got to tell the story.
Yeah, it's a great story. It's a great.
He was, just a major mark in the Facebook group.
Right.
Happened to work for PBR, happened to love us, and basically all the cool things, all the really cool things that we did with PBR, whether it be
Like
the toy
early
drive
on, yes. Early on.
with the title belt, the PBR commercial in my backyard, my
GCW
Hammerstein
stuff.
ballroom entrance, the ring gear.
Our wrestling gear.
the sanitary wipes. For
The sanitary
GCW
wipes.
fans. Yeah.
all stuff, that Corey was behind 100%. Corey left PBR, and PBR, they didn't have to keep us, but they did. So we thank PBR for doing that. It just wasn't the same without Corey, because Corey and us, like we
He gets us. And
he gets us and we get him.
Yeah.
Corey now works for Garage Beer. So I kind of feel like it's like Scott Hall bringing over Kevin Nash and the rest of his crew. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, it's the fastest growing beer in America, right?
Yeah.
Certainly on social media, so be sure to follow Garage Beer on Instagram and X.
And guys, of course, follow Garage Beer and now use the hashtag Major Garage Beer. And every single week, we're going to give you a prize. And it's not just going to be like, a
sticker
typical
and an
magnet.
envelope.
They're going to send you a T-shirt or something really, really cool every single week. And there's merch. There's Major Garage Beer merch, not only on Pro Wrestling Tees, but Major Garage Beer merch from Garage Beer. So there's so much cool stuff. But we're not just like, the Major Pod. If we do something, we do it. So we
Right.
thought, We need something to really celebrate that we're live. And the only way to do that is with a wrestling figure. So right now on collectmajor.com, you can get the Captain Shoes, Major Garage Beer, Major Bendy.
It's real.
It is real.
As
Get
seen
it?
in our commercial, by the way, which is, again, if you're watching this live, a little wonky because you haven't seen it yet. But
yes, get it right now. This is a pre-order, guys. It will sell out. We're not doing an infinite number. So get it right now. The Captain Shoes Major Garage Beer. Chris Risley says, the repaint of all repaints. I would have to agree. So the commercial, we filmed it at Brian's school, which is in a garage. It was figure fate.
Very
It was
perfect
beer
fit.
fate.
Writes itself. We didn't even have to brainstorm about that. That was like, boom, let's go.
Yeah, so we had a hell of a day. I don't think we filmed it behind the scenes or anything like that. But
you know what? We didn't really. No.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, no. But
Guys, this was a real shoot with director and cameras and lights and
it was different from us just getting hammered in
the
pool.
downtime was legit just downtime. You were just it wasn't really, nothing exciting was happening.
Logistically, though, if you are somebody like me before this partnership and you're wondering, well, how do I get garage beer? You might have a hard time depending where you are in America right now. But shortly, and without saying some information I'm not supposed to say, shortly in the beginning of the year, it will be a nationally
Pretty accessible,
accessible beer. You could have it literally in your store right now, but you can go to their website and they have a beer finder, and it'll let you know if it's in your area in a package store or whatever. But very soon it will be national.
So yeah, guys, we're super excited for this partnership. A lot of cool things. Anything you remember from the early major PBR days, it's going to be like that times 10. We're very, very excited for this, guys. So obviously, the more you guys support it, the bigger and longer we could make this partnership. So please.
And things are already getting out of hand. I know we have a slide coming up here of, a little sneak peek.
Yeah, I mean, have you seen this?
Yeah, things are already getting out of hand.
Even Taylor Swift, she got an early prototype of the Captain Joe shoes.
There's the hookup.
We had to send her the early prototype. So thank you, T Swift, for promoting that for us.
We didn't mention that the Kelsey brothers are a huge part of this company.
Right.
So
Very cool.
So guys,
very cool to be associated with them.
Please, it would mean a lot to us. Help us out in so many ways. You went, you got this, you took a picture, your figure photography, whatever. Hashtag Major Garage Beer. Let's go every single week.
If there's one more week of NFL and then the playoffs, tailgate, baby. That's what to me as a sports fan, that's what this stuff is perfect for. Maybe
Awesome.
Mark will like sports again now that he's got a garage beer guy.
Maybe I'll like sports for the first time.
Oh man, now we're really talking.
Man. All right, guys. So we got some news. We'll rapid fire through. Top Rope Collectibles showed off some, I guess, I don't know if these are hand-painted prototypes or samples of the PN News.
Damn, that looks good.
looks really good.
I like the traditional Galoob, re-release, if you will. I don't like the repaint, but I understand why, they're trying to.
Right, you got to maximize your money, but
Yeah.
that one looks like something melted on his head in the other one, but
Yeah, the hats don't look
could
the
be
best.
the glare and a bad photo, but
It could. That's what I'm thinking. It might be a bad photo.
the
and
one that
glare.
looks like the one that was supposed to come looks cool.
Yeah. I will be getting this. I will. We just did that whole Galoob episode. If you haven't listened,
Yeah,
go check it out. But PN News was supposed to come out. Obviously, it did not come out. So now is your chance to get it. So let's see what happens. Not in hand yet. Title Run Toys showed up their 3D rendering for Juventud Guerrera. I don't love it. I don't know what to say.
I'm almost on the if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Yeah, it's not the best 3D render I've seen.
That looks
it's
like
just-
Dickie Rods.
It's just not very toyetic.
Create a
looking,
pro
in my
wrestling
opinion.
Dickie nuts.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. Yeah,
I get they're doing like the juice, the Hoovy juice.
I got it. But if you just showed me that head, no body,
That's the test I always use.
you wouldn't have any clue who that was. Nobody would.
Yeah.
I 100% agree.
50 guesses, you don't say Hoovy, I'd say.
I would say 1,000 guesses. I would say Hoovy.
I mean, maybe.
Looks more like Chelsea Green than Hoovy.
Oh my god.
All right, so here's the lineup so far: Mr. Wonderful, Wrath, Brian Clark, Danny Davis, Ernest Cat Miller, and Hoovy. I will be getting the Mr. Wonderful. I will be getting the Danny Davis. The other three on the fence about.
Why, though?
I love
You
the
have-
cat still.
You have WCW Retros.
I
Ton.
do, but like I just I don't know the quality of these.
Yeah,
I
right.
mean, that's
I'm not being a completist, and I just don't. I want an Ernest the Cat Miller figure in my collection. I just don't necessarily want him as a retro. I would love him more in like the bone crushing wrestlers.
same, actually, but whatever.
But if these
Danny-
are like really great, like a Mitch, I would love to have a cat.
Well, I mean, time will tell. We haven't even seen a
Pretty
prototype.
great. I don't think we've stressed enough. Never had a figure.
Never had a figure.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I mean, that is a pretty incredible thing.
Yeah, that's a selling
So-
point for sure.
Man, I love
I'm just
the cats.
worried about the sales.
Yes.
I'm not just of Ernest, of this whole line. I mean, there's not really any anchors. I mean, Mr. Wonderful, maybe. I don't know. But let's see what the price point is. Let's see how
Right.
they look. I'm rooting for everybody. We'll see. Hassel Toys, Grapplers and Gimmicks, showed off. We talked about the Rick Martel, but he also has Tito, and here is the Strike Force.
That's cool.
I think they look good.
That's awesome.
I don't have anything bad to say about these.
No.
Especially just knowing the quality that he's been doing.
Right
and
now,
every-
because Mitch has kind of proven himself, and you can visualize.
and you're just
the
immediately
finished
like,
product.
oh,
Same as when we see this
Can't
stuff
wait.
from Mattel, right? You know the track record, and you just go,
Right.
okay, it's gonna be like this.
man, he's come a long way, huh?
It's-
Mitch has greatly improved.
It's like the resurrection of a lifetime.
I will say though that his advertisements look Bush League and his packaging look Bush League. Other than
Yeah.
that,
I will second that from Broski.
This right, I'm looking at this. Look at the Strike Force right there, right? And
Yeah.
and I don't really have the greatest design eye, but I know from marketing like that's a horrible font. That is a horrible.
Tito, Rick,
like
Well,
the
that's
it's a
Rick,
that's
random
terrible.
G where you can't read anything else.
like
but-
the R from the Rick is like it's like fading into the lights, the skylights.
Yeah.
Like you can't even see. It looks like Ick.
The
Tito
Strike
and
Force
Ick.
has the shadow behind it, but it's too far. It's too ridiculous.
and I'm
It's-
sure
it's-
whoever made this is like sitting on the dock like Macho Man right now, listen to us better.
Well, I
is what it
apologize. I just assume it's Mitch sitting in his basement.
No, I know Mitch isn't doing this, but he's paying someone to do it.
He's not paying anybody to do it. They're
Well-
probably gonna thank you on the back of the box.
If you ask like Johnny Clash to do this exact thing, the quality would be insane.
I mean, shout out to Johnny Clash, by the way. Did you see, like, he put up that end of the year, all the wrestling posters he's made and how classy and professional they all like.
He's so talented.
Maybe one of the best
but
in the
you-
biz.
You pay for what you get, right? When your buddy does shit for free, that's what it is. But if you fucking pay a professional knows what they're doing,
Chris Cirillo says it right there. He's using 8 different fonts on one image. Huge cardinal sin. Yes. Again, I just know some of this stuff from my time in marketing, but yeah, I could just tell that there's a lot of incorrect things happening.
I'm looking at the ring right now. Not the
also, what
Are there
is he
two
talking about?
turnbuckles?
Painted prototype. That's a render. That's a digital render. There's no paint involved. Microsoft Paint, maybe. Like, what are you talking about? Painted prototype showed.
Fuck. But listen,
No.
his figures have been getting better and better, so we cannot critique
I'm
that.
blown
Right.
away by the quality of this.
It almost doesn't matter because you know that these are going to be. We're going to get
Right,
them.
right.
We're going to say the packaging was awesome. At least the
We're just
quality
trying to
of
help
it.
Mitch get out of his own way here. And
Right.
let people know he has good stuff.
All right. Zombie Sailor Toys showed off their Sandman
One
one
down.
of 1776.
Oh, Brian,
Guys.
I can't be.
I got to get to the regular.
All right. Guys, I held that figure in hand a couple months ago.
Oh, really?
It was, I dare I say, perfect.
Did Mark
It
just run
blew
away to like
me
pee or something?
out of the water.
I have to find it, a shipping notification from Zombie.
I got one too for Chris and Big Bully.
Okay, yeah, I'm just looking at it. It's Candido and it's Big Bully, not this.
Yeah, this is not in stock yet. This is just a sample.
Oh, okay.
He's just showing a mid on card sample.
Gotcha.
So I think it looks incredible. I absolutely love it. Just in time for the holidays, even though Christmas is over, the WWE Magazine Collection 1 of 100 Mick Foley bobblehead. I think this is really cool.
Oh,
Nice.
wow.
I guess technically the only official WWE Santa Foley.
After all these years, yeah, sure.
I feel like there were some other unofficial Santa Foley things.
Really?
Maybe I'm wrong,
I don't recall.
but I really like their magazine collection.
I mean, they're hit or miss, but they do have some charm to them for sure.
Yeah.
I like it.
Undeniable.
All right, we got the Mattel Elite Collection Walmart exclusive Samoa Dynasty has been showing up.
I seen this. It's cool. And then the old one has been marked down like $14.99.
The Maivia family.
Some people are finding that. Yeah.
I think this is an incredible
It's a very
three-pack.
classy, nice set for sure.
Yeah, I don't collect current guys, and I prefer my other versions of the Wild Samoans, so I won't be getting this.
Yeah, I like the ones with the weight on them more than these.
Yeah.
And I understand what Mattel tried to do, added value and give them a little switcheroo, but
Yes. But very, very cool. All right, guys, that's it for news. We have some Ringside news. Ringside Collectibles New Year sale going on now for some insane figure deals coming in soon. Elite 115 with CM Punk, The Rock, R-Truth, Tyler Bate, Kairi Sane, and Drew McIntyre. Ultimate 24 with Solo Sikoa, Bray Wyatt, and Finn Balor. Hot pre-orders. Better Than You, baby. MJF and Adam Cole. AEW Ringside exclusive 2-pack. And the Bloodline Retro 4-pack Ringside exclusive. Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, Jey Uso, and Jimmy Uso. I need that big time. And up next, the Ringside Top 10. This episode of the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast has been brought to you by Ringside Collectibles, the #1 online retailer of WWE action figures.
go to WrestlingFigures.com and make a purchase. And when you do, use discount code MAJOR at checkout to save 10%.
Ringside Top 10. Brand new figures, how much did you spend? Ringside Top 10. 40 figures, exhausting mailmen. Ringside Top 10. Another sale, and Sami Zayn's #1 again. Ringside Top 10. Use code MAJOR for discount at the end.
Oh boy, you know it was a sale week.
This is all over the place. I love it.
All over the place. This is kind of my favorite week.
No, it shakes things up a little bit instead of like, oh, the new.
Number 10, MJF Unrivaled 6.
6!
That's because it's like $2.99.
Number 9, Chris Statlander Unrivaled 8.
It's $1.99.
Number 8, Diesel from the Vault Exclusive Series 2.
It's crazy low.
Number 7, Samoa Joe Unrivaled 15.
Oh my god, it's like $2.99.
Number 6, DX Retro 4-pack. Ringside
It's-
exclusive.
I think it's below $19.99 for the 4 figures. Like it's something, maybe it's $11. It's something crazy.
Number 5, Malachi Black Suited Unmatched Series 8.
I think that's $1.99 or $2.99.
It gets crazier, guys. Number 4, Jericho Housen Ringside exclusive.
$6.99.
Number 3, Cody Rhodes Suited Unmatched Series 4.
Wow. That might be $4.99 or something.
Number 2, Bryan Danielson White Shirt Unmatched Series 9.
Same. I think that's $5.
And number 1, the 3 Faces of Foley Elite 3-pack Ringside
It's
exclusive.
$29.99.
Nice value. Nice
Right.
value.
Well, guys, it's a new year, which means it is time for the 2024 year-end figure of the years. I totally butchered that. What would you call this? The year-end awards.
Now
I had too many garage beers.
This is some real garage beer shit going on, guys.
The thumbnail or whatever the hell would say best figs of the year or something.
Best figs of the year, and why not? Brought to you by Garage Beer. All right, guys, it's a brand new year. We did pretty much the same categories as last year, where Brian picked a winner or loser. We'll talk about that. Mark, myself, but we also went to the fans, the major marks in the Facebook group. We let them literally create their own poll. Well, we gave a couple suggestions, but we said you can add whoever you want. Go vote. So we're gonna do the fan vote. Our vote. D, you want to pop in here for a second?
Yeah, D, come on in.
It's time to play the game. Time to play the game.
Hello, D.
Hey guys, what's up?
Happy New Year, D.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Hey, if you're old enough to drink, we'll send you some garage beer, D.
Not 21.
D's either 17 or 33.
We'll never know.
We're not sure.
All right, so D, you got this all organized. In what order are we going here?
All right, so for categories, we'll start off with categories. First is non-wrestling figure of the year.
Okay, and who's winner are we going with first?
I mean, do you want me to stay on, or do you want me to just? I'm going
I think we should all pick and then.
I mean,
say what the fans
I'm
pick.
not picking my choices. It's
Right,
just you
right.
guys.
Us
Yeah.
three, and then what the fans said.
D,
Yeah, so-
if we had a gun to your head, D, could you pick your choices off the top of your head?
Oh no.
No,
I got-
Plus, we don't have to pick-
don't. I don't want him to just.
D
No.
Attack
didn't
this
like some of
segment.
my choice. We had a little discrepancy over one of my choices.
It's already absurd. it's
Hold
your
on, but
opinion.
let me get this straight. So last year we just did our top 5 wrestling figures.
That was
it.
2022 that you guys did that. You guys.
Okay, so what did we do last year? This?
We did it like this with the year-end awards: the non-wrestling figure of the year, worst figure of the year, micro brawlers figure of the year, major figure of the year. Previously last year there was only one. It was Major Bendy's figure of the year for last year, but now it has been changed. Packaging of the year, that's a new category that has been added. Playset of the year. Retro figure of the year, and that doesn't just include the 4.5-inch scale. Hasbro styles, that also includes Superstars, Junk Shop Dog with the Sifubi style, any particular throwback style figure. And then multi-pack of the year, exclusive figure of the year, figure line of the year, and figure of the year. And
Great.
the order that I have them labeled in is Matt goes first, Brian goes second, Mark goes last. That's how it was last year.
All right.
Great.
All right. All right. So, D, maybe you should just stick in here so I don't have to keep asking you what the next category is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Did
So-
you send it in the notes or no?
No, it's not in the notes. but
Okay,
I
all right.
can.
Just
All right.
hang out, hang
All
out,
right.
pal.
And then
All
we
right.
could also see D's, if you're watching on YouTube, D's reaction
He's
to our
gonna roll
picks.
his
And you
eyes
can-
at our
you can yell
choices
at Matt
and shit.
for,
Yeah, I can't wait.
All right.
Okay.
So we're doing non-figure of the year first.
Yes.
All right. So my pick for non-figure of the year was the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ultimate Tatsu.
I almost picked this.
Now, we're not talking about Yoshi Tatsu.
I hope not.
We're talking about Tatsu. I have this figure in hand. I'll
Omas's
admit,
tag team partner.
I haven't even opened it yet because I'm moving, blah, blah, blah. But the fact that we got this figure after what? 30 years? 30 plus years. Like he should have had, even, when they made the movie Turtles a little too late, we should have got him. And they've been making NECA movie Turtle figures for years. And I feel like this was the last guy we needed, and they absolutely nailed it. Interchangeable heads. He's got the foot soldier mask. He can, hand over to Shredder or whatever.
That's cool.
I'm not even judging the packaging, but the actual figure is fantastic, and it's a must-needed character. If you collect turtles, I know turtles have, they've made some crazy guys in the cartoon series.
Yeah.
Even in the movies, didn't they make like a Kevin Eastman movie figure and he's in the deleted scene?
Yes. Yeah.
Which I appreciate.
yeah, I didn't get that one.
Tatsu
I
is
didn't
needed.
get that one.
Tatsu is needed. And that is my choice for non-wrestling figure of the year.
Almost picked that one.
My pick,
Yeah.
I omitted myself from this because I didn't buy.
You did
one
that last
figure
year.
that wasn't a wrestling figure this year. Years past, I was into the the NBA starting lineups that lasted a hiccup. I guess I bought that Aaron Rodgers McFarlane, which I'm excited about, and I wish there were future releases. I'm hoping for like a Mets McFarlane figure for me to kind of sink my teeth into in 2025. But this year, just there was nothing. So I didn't want to fake it. You know what I mean?
Got it. I would appreciate that.
All right, so for mine, this was very difficult, and I'm thinking about my room, and it's maybe a quarter wrestling, So I have a ton of non-wrestling figures: Star Wars, Marvel, a huge Marvel Legends section, a lot of Star Wars stuff, NECA Turtles, and I had a hard time with this thing because there wasn't a lot of NECA Turtles. I didn't get a lot of Star Wars. Not that they weren't released, but just didn't get a lot of Star Wars Black Series. Wasn't really slowed down on Legends because I'm really only getting X-Men and stuff. So I had a hard time with this because there are some hot toys released this year that look like mini human beings.
Right.
So when you're talking about the best figures of the year, I felt like I just kind of had to. Something that I loved, something that I thought was a great execution, and I went with this 50 anniversary edition Wolverine and Sabretooth 2-pack. If I only have to pick one, I would say that Sabretooth. I think it might be the best Sabretooth ever.
Wow.
But I just love the come on, everybody knows sort of Logan in the hat and the jeans. This
I actually don't. I was about to say this doesn't. I've never seen this before. I don't know what this is from. Nothing.
Oh, I mean, this is a street clothes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty iconic.
Street clothes Wolverine in the hat and the jeans. He's kind of walking in Canada. That kind of stuff. But the rivalry between him and Sabretooth is one of the best feuds in comics. So
That's
this
the
is
OG looking Sabretooth.
right. Exactly. Wolverine has the cards. It's very posable. It's one of the only sort of Marvel Legends X-Men that I got this year. There just wasn't a ton that I needed in my collection. So I just thought this was great. I think a lot of people thought this was one of the better Marvel Legends of the year. So that's what I picked.
All right.
Cool.
And
the major mark, the fan vote. This one blew me away, guys. They voted for the non-figure of the year.
What? No, this is some
Silent
kiss ass shit, guys. I
The
appreciate
Major
it, but-
Bendy's Silent Bob. The fans
in a world
voted.
where Heath Ledger Hot Toys was released. Joker Hot
Yeah,
Toys
come on,
this year.
guys. Very, very cute. Very brown nosy, but thanks.
I mean, it is a great figure.
It's a great bendy, but come on.
An honorable mention, not only for me, but from the major
And
marks.
actually, Buddy Christ, I think, blows it out of the water. So here's the
Yeah, well, the Mr. Freeze, that McFarlane Build-A-Figure Mr. Freeze, I almost voted for that. But then, to me, I thought it's a Build-A-Figure. I don't know if I can count that as figure
wasn't
of
that
the year.
a very close runner-up to this?
It was, to this one.
so-
But I don't think that counts as a Build-A-Figure.
It's tough because you can't just outright buy it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But, guys, major marks, I appreciate this.
Little
I
too
don't
much.
agree. But, hey, I'll take it. Silent Bob, Major Bendy's,
Ridiculous.
black and white,
Non-wrestling figure of the year.
non-wrestling figure of the year.
Nice.
Hey,
All right.
as voted by the fans. I love that D has that, as voted by the major marks. So, very, very important. D, what's next?
Least favorite figure of the year. Worst figure.
I hate that picking this because I just
Well,
felt sort of bad
I mean-
for it. But
Sometimes things need to be said.
sure.
This is the one that D disagreed with me. He said, it's not released yet. I said, if people own it in 2024, it's released.
Okay.
I picked, and let me, explain why. The top picks, CM Punk,
Interesting.
all black trunks, black knee pads, black kick pads, no deco. I picked this. Listen, I understand.
What?
It's accurate. Like, he wore this gear at a house show.
Right.
Does that mean you need to make a figure of it?
I think when you return after 10 years and being this legendary performer,
I disagree.
like, I think they're trying to, Like,
I
what
think that-
outfit is he going to wear that they're not going to make? You know what I mean? They're just going to pump these things out.
Bro, they could put that Royal Rumble
That's
figure.
coming.
I think they could have put that here. This, I think, was just what they call in the Bay is a cash grab.
Okay. Do I think somebody at Mattel was licking their chops that there's no deco hits? in
No
the trunk?
deco.
Right,
And listen, I'm
yes,
thinking,
but-
you know what I mean? My nephew included. Kids got this for Christmas. They don't know that he wore this at MSG.
Right.
You know? They're getting a CM Punk, black trunks,
Oh.
black knee pads, black kickers. You take that T-shirt off, bro, what is this?
I
And I understand it's historically
for
accurate.
2025, can we kill this packaging? This is the worst Mattel packaging of all time.
Yeah, listen, I understand.
They
it's
switch
just-
it up a lot, so
But
I would guess.
Dude, if Ringside from the Vault stuff and Legends can have a full window, like, come on, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, what are the boots? You're missing such a huge part of
it's
it, right?
rough, dude. It's rough.
but I'm not even voting based on the package. I'm voting based on the figure. I know it's historically accurate. I believe this is the first Go to Sleep, or is it not?
No, the Ultimate Edition
Okay.
for Ringside Collectibles.
So what do you mean by people own this, but it's not released? How does
It's
that
out.
happen?
Ringside shipping.
No, because it's a 2025 product.
Oh, okay. Come on, D.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, come on, not by our rules. Ringside Collectibles sponsors our podcast. It counts when Ringside gets them.
Okay.
But yeah, listen. If you're a CM Punk fan, I understand you need this. It's cool. It's from his match at MSG. I'm thinking as a kid, what these top picks are designed for. A parent's gonna buy this for the kid, and the kid's gonna be, "What the fuck is this?"
I
That's
see
all
what
I'm
you're
saying.
saying, but I respectfully disagree. But
That's fine.
All right, Brian.
my pick is Rush Collectibles, Chris Van Vliet. First off, that packaging and that picture, like a distorted art. Like, he's a bit more handsome than that.
Yeah, he's a
Pretty
very
rough.
handsome
Yeah.
man.
That's pretty rough in the first place. And then the neck.
Looks like a Simpsons character.
yeah,
it
the
looks
neck
like
on
the
top
lawyer.
of the tie is just automatic, unreal. And then just the aspect of, like, how long did this take? People thought basically this company shut down, they stole their money, and they were never going to get this figure. There's a lot of... And, you know, Chris is doing great stuff, man. He's the #1 wrestling podcast going
Right.
today. Like, this is... he deserves better, I should say.
I agree.
So that's why I'm picking this. If I have to say something nice, I'm blown away that he did start to ship it to people and people got it. So I didn't think that was going to happen.
Well, I also picked Rush, but I picked the other Rush. I don't know. What are we doing here?
This one, and look, I have no proof of this. I don't, but is he really, like, did he sign the French Angel or his family? Because I'm curious about it. Or did he just make this?
Right.
Like, where are these royalties going?
Yeah.
Very question.
Well, anyways, yeah. Come on. Do we need
Allegedly.
to-
Let's put that in
let's.
there.
What did the major marks think? Because not even a wrestling company.
The major marks. They have voted worst figure of the year. Rush Collectibles, Chris Van Vliet.
Neck on top of a tie mold.
Well, the
Pretty rough.
tie not going up to the top of the shirt is weird to me.
Okay, that too. If you can't see from this photo, but the tie just floats on his chest,
But yeah, then the neck is on top of the
and then the neck is on top of the collar and the tie, which couldn't make less sense. But let's move
Yeah.
on.
I'm glad it's out. Chris deserves better.
Like I said, I thought this guy folded and disappeared into the abyss and was stealing everything.
He's packed. Hey, by the time this podcast drops, we'll know what him and his
boy.
his buddy Mitch are up
It's a
to.
video game.
Oh my god! All right,
Next category.
Micro Brawlers figure of the year.
Micro Brawlers figure of the year. This one was tough for me
Same.
because I don't actively collect Micro Brawlers anymore. I still love them. They're behind me, as you can see. Can you see? So I really love them. I love what they're about. I love what they represent. But this one is really, really cool. When I saw this, I chose the Big Van Vader as Darth Vader. To me, this is a no-brainer. Look at it. I mean,
We can also just say I picked that as well.
okay.
Oh, all right.
My two loves, wrestling and Star Wars combined.
Yes.
It's Vader
Yeah, I
time,
think
but
if
Darth
that's
Vader.
your deal, right? Then you're all in. But otherwise, it's just coincidental. They both have the same name. That's it. It's not like
Yeah.
No,
nothing
but,
else is really.
Well, let me tell you why I love this. Right. in a world where micro brawlers used to be super, super hot, maybe they're not as hot as they were. People aren't like completing the collection anymore. I think it's really neat that you'll just get a random AEW character or an indie character sometimes or a random classic character. I think that's cool, and I think people collect that, right? But where I think micro brawlers can really make some interesting things is this crate system, right? I don't know the legality of advertising this Vader one.
Oh,
right?
no, yeah. I mean, that's genius, yes.
But they don't advertise it. You
Yeah.
just get it in the crate, and anybody
we
gets
don't get
mad.
it at all. So I think
And you
that's very
can't
fun.
you can't cease and desist something
Yeah,
that's
it's
already
already
been
gone. Oh.
ceased.
Oh, sorry, we
Right.
won't sell them anymore.
Right.
So my favorite one I think from the previous year was the Kevin Nash Super Shredder for the same reason. And yeah, it really hits me because I love both of these things, but I would love selfishly to see more stuff like this. So
All right.
D.
Well,
One
my
second, Brad.
pick-
I'm sorry. Tom's wrestling collection. Can we pull this up, Mark? He says he wants to know D's worst fig. D, can you make figure dissecting this week or next week your
cool.
picks?
D might have filmed the next 50 episodes already.
Well, can we
Do
make?
your top
I just
five
want to.
worst of 2024.
No, I just want to see D's picks. Can we do an episode, a bonus of your picks, D, for 1 week?
On worst figure?
No. The same categories, just your choice.
All right. Yeah.
I would love to see that, D.
That would rule. That
That'd be rule. Yeah. All right, Brian. I'm sorry. You go ahead.
All right, my pick for Micro Brawl of the Year is
Oh, come on.
Nana.
That's pretty great.
And a lot of
Pretty
this is just like my astonishment that Prince Nana is as relevant as he is a professional wrestler in 2024. Hats off to this guy. I saw him have a dark match at Esther Coliseum in like 2000, so pretty unbelievable. Like epic that he's reached a popularity of this proportion, and I guess I'm proud of him for that, you know.
He
And let's
nails
say something
everything. Nails all the segments. Nails his
Just
role.
commitment.
He look. A lot of wrestlers sell that coffee. He's like synonymous as the coffee guy now.
Yeah.
He's doing so well at that. So yeah, I agree with you. I can't wait to get a Jazzwares Nana figure.
Yeah,
also,
that's the next step, right?
extremely toyetic person.
You know what?
you know.
I believe in 2025 we do get a Jazzwares Nana,
I think no question. Yeah.
right?
But that's what's so great about micro brawlers. They can get figures out before Jazzwares. Like
Yep.
they got
Also
the
cool.
the acclaimed out first.
The Mark
Outrunners,
Sterling out
Piznana,
first.
Mark Sterling. Oh, Jesus Christ. Everyone got Mark Sterling out first.
That's true.
Yeah, geez.
But that's why I love micro brawlers. That's why they still hold a special place in my heart. And listen, you're going to have some more major micro brawlers to get to your collection. Don't worry, folks.
Oh
we
yeah,
ain't
we
done.
do need to have a little brainstorm.
Maybe another major crate.
There you go.
What's next, D?
The major marks.
The major
Okay.
marks voted for David Arquette.
I saw this. This is pretty cool.
This is a cool one.
This is
cool.
great.
It is cool.
Holding the Scream mask.
Also
Again,
as
I'm
a
not sure how
wrestler,
legal that is.
He's got his
Basically, his
tattoo.
only like, if you were to meet him as a wrestling fan of David Arquette, it's like his only thing he can sign for you, right?
I believe
Yeah.
there's a bloody variant.
Besides a DVD of Ready to Rumble.
Yeah. This is really cool. I love this. Very, very cool. I like that a lot. David Arquette. I'm going to text him and say, you won, pal. Now sign with fucking Major. Jesus Christ.
Nice.
What do you got next, D?
Well, speaking of major, the next category is major figure of the year.
Ooh. Now, last year was Major Bendy's, but now we have expanded to Big Rubber Guys, which is our bread and butter. Major Bendy's aren't done by any means. They're just kind of, they're in the back seat. We're still making them. And Big Rubber Guys where our focus is. However, my choice is a Major Bendy.
Wow.
It's a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Be a Man,
Ooh.
Macho Man, Randy Savage, Major
you coward.
Bendy. Chose this for so many reasons. A, finally getting a Be a Man. This is all officially licensed, okay? This, to me, is what a Comic-Con exclusive should be. Something wacky. The Be a Man. He's got the chains wrapped around him. We got the sticker. The 1 of 500 sticker is the album. To me, this is a home run all across the board. It's sold out. The fans loved it. The Major Marks loved it. And listen, our big rubber guys are fantastic, and I had a lot of them that I had in the back of my mind for figure of the year. But I'm trying to think major product, and even though the packaging doesn't really count towards the product, I was counting it towards the product, and that's why I went with the Macho Man Be a Man album edition, San Diego Comic Con.
It's the presentation.
Yeah, well, that was my pick for major figure of the year.
My pick for major figure of the year is the big rubber guy, American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
Wow.
What a privilege to be able to put this out there, right? Proceeds going to Dusty Rhodes Foundation. I think any 80s kid or somebody that grew up, loving Dusty Rhodes, this is like the unthinkable, and we made it happen. Turned out incredible. Designed by TTD, sculpted by Brian Beatty. It's unbelievable. So it's just like an honor to be attached to this. We have the exclusive coming up too, so we're not done yet, but it's really fun.
This was my runner-up for sure. D, I'm looking at this. What is that number? What is that number you got down there?
That's the product number.
Where do you? I don't even know the product number. How do you know?
I don't know we had product numbers.
I didn't know we had product numbers. That's why I love D.
D, you're the man.
He's the fucking man.
Well, I kind of had. I picked the Road Warriors for mine,
They're good.
but I felt bad about it after because my favorite was the Bloody Ric Flair. So, these were I think the best quality, the coolest.
Well, this wasn't a two-pack. You couldn't only pick one, Mark. You can't
Yeah.
pick two.
We had this problem last year when I picked the MJF Punk 2-pack.
I guess I would go Animal then, but really like in my heart I just want to say the Bloody Ric Flair. So not pictured, and this is what I sent to D. So we'll just stick with the Animal big rubber guys. I mean it's unbelievable, and as you see, the winner of the Major Marks also picked,
Oh damn!
Wow.
the
Cool.
Animal big rubber guys,
It's
and maybe I was
breathtaking.
swayed a little bit by their pick, but.
Yeah, these figures are truly breathtaking. The spikes are literally. You thought a King Kong Bundy was dangerous? You could kill a man with these spikes.
Severely hurt someone with it. Yes.
Super heavy duty. Again, D Freedom working, getting this awesome reference shots, so we were able to get the spikes and the boots as accurate as possible. The face paint, the tights. TTD, Brian Beatty, Kinnick. We got this dream team over there at Major, making some incredible stuff in 2024. I'm proud that Animal won. It's a badass looking figure. We got a lot of cool stuff in 2025, so I'm excited to see what wins next year. Up next, guys, packaging of the year. Doesn't really matter what the figure looks like. It's just the package. Like who got the most creative. Spoiler, it was not the Mattel Elites for packaging of the year. That could be worst packaging of the year.
Woof.
But mine, to me, was an easy pick. It was the acclaimed 3-pack Ringside exclusive. You open this thing up. It's a boombox. You close it. It looks like a boombox. It's got the speakers. It's got the figures are incredible as well. The spray painted acclaimed. The scissor hands. I think all done up. This is one hell of an exclusive, and it's my favorite packaging of 2024.
This was also my pick for best packaging.
Wow.
Yes. It was like a no-brainer. I barely had to even think about this. There's been some really nice ones, especially Ringside Jazzware exclusives. Usually get the most, I think, special treatment, if you will. But this is just, how rarely do we get 3-packs these days? The claim to just come off a hell of a run, and, exploded in popularity.
And I like how it was Velcro, so it didn't destroy anything. You could open and close it without destroying
I've seen
anything.
them sign them at conventions and stuff. They were signing a whole ton at WrestleCade. We were there with them, so
Yeah,
very
unbelievable.
cool.
I also picked this.
Wow.
I've told this story before. I remember back in the day.
This, I think, added to me, the sentimental factor of this story added to me.
Yes.
As well.
Back in the day when they were literally just guys who would lose all the time, who would have 4-minute matches on TV and mostly wrestle on dark. And me knowing the wrestling fig stuff and who gets figures and how hard it is, and Bowen saying like, what we'd really like is a 3-pack or a 2 at the time 2-pack, but it's the boombox. And I'm me just thinking to myself,
Just an evil smart market
never gonna happen, pal.
in real life.
But here we are. Here we are. So it's awesome. It's unbelievable. Happy for these guys. It's insane to see. Castor always says that crazy thing that of like, you know, one of his favorite wrestlers growing up was Billy Gunn, and there he is.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts too.
In a
If you think
3-pack
of it,
with Billy Gunn.
60-year-old Billy Gunn.
Yeah.
Awesome.
He's got a goddamn Hasbro figure, guys.
And he's more jacked now.
He's more jacked than everyone on this show combined.
Love it.
I'm
All right, what did the major
curious
market
now what the fans picked.
Wow.
Oh.
The fan vote goes to the WrestleMania 12 Comic-Con Shawn Michaels.
Close to.
It's a great one. He's ziplining down.
Top 3, top 5 for sure for me.
I guess.
I like this a lot.
I mean, for me, the packaging is more plain. It's more the pose is cool.
It's just the idea that he's doing his entrance, his famous
But I
entrance
guess
for
that all
WrestleMania
counts.
12.
It's part of the packaging.
Right.
Right.
I can see why they chose this. You know what? I don't keep things mid on card, but I'm keeping this one, I guess, mid in box, if you will, because of the way it's posed. It looks so
A lot of major marks got this for Christmas, and I've been posting like their displays and where he's actually just, coming down, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I love it. I don't disagree with this. What do we got next, D?
Playset of the year.
Ooh, playset of the year. There weren't that many,
Not
at
a
least
lot
not
to
that I
choose
can
from.
think of. But mine was an easy one, a no-brainer. I went with the WCW ring with Eric Bischoff.
Same. I picked the same thing.
The ring, you get an Ultimate Edition ring, which is great.
Yeah.
But really, you get the Bischoff, and, he's got the NWO shirt on. It's just a perfect Bischoff. And I do love that this version of Bischoff is exclusive to the ring. I like when exclusives mean something. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just a regular
Right, like
figure.
You have to buy this if you want that.
Right, like the previous ring was a Kane. All right, we got Kane's. The next one's going to be Rhea Ripley. All right, we got Rhea Ripley. It's the only way to get this Eric Bischoff. So that's why I voted this playset of the year.
Yep.
I picked for playset of the year the Knuckle Crunchers set. I'm rooting for this line. I want it to live on. We're already getting a lot of repaints, but I think it's just the most kid-friendly thing that Mattel's put out in a while, and I think it has legs, and I'd love to see it succeed and stick around for a while. So, and I did open a ring with my kids, and it's very child-friendly and pretty awesome product. So I hope
I do love the
wanna see it
spring,
thrive,
whatever they call the spring action.
Right.
The canvas.
It's a piece
Yeah.
of
Canvas.
canvas. It's so cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, the major marks also picked this, right? Yeah.
There we go.
What would you pick, Mark?
I
said.
picked the Nitro ring too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so it's a great play set. The Mini Mayhem, Mini Chaos, Mini Mayhem. Oh, Minakos. I just reading all the languages.
Keep going.
Yeah. So this one came with Cody, Seth Rollins, Cena, and Roman. And listen, it's a great little thing for the kids. Has all the accessories, the
Yeah,
ring.
the accessories are pretty fun too, and sized accordingly. It's just fun.
Yeah. Catapulting steps are a new inclusion, and all these are based off of WrestleMania 39.
I can dig that. What's next?
Retro figure of the year.
Retro figure of the year, guys. I was all over the place with this. I changed my mind so many
This
times.
was tough.
with this.
There's a lot.
It's a lot of stuff. And like Dee said earlier, it's not just like Hasbro retro. Like I almost had the Macho Man bone crushing superstars in there. There's a lot of cool stuff out there, and you guys might think I'm crazy, but
Well,
hear me
I-
out. My
I-
choice.
I know it was the Smart Mark Sterling.
It was not. That was a great one, but it
This
was.
year? I thought it was last year.
It was no, because it was right before WrestleMania. I got him in.
Oh, okay.
Because I brought him to WrestleMania for the first time.
Guys, I picked the wrestling something wrestlers Vladimir.
Wow.
Retro
I mean,
figure of the
I
year.
have this. It's exceptional.
Guys, I mean, everyone who was a kid in the 90s would watch these shows and like, who is this fucking guy? And I think FC absolutely captured his likeness perfectly. We did a Vlad too. The Vlad that we did is an embarrassment compared to this. This one is fantastic. I mean, we put in so much effort. The factory just couldn't nail it. They couldn't get
Yeah.
the glass right, couldn't get the skin tone right. This FC Vlad is incredible. He's got a removable fanny pack, and the
So
best
good.
part, a guardrail accessory. I think this fits in perfect with your Hasbro collection.
Yep.
He's like in a jumper pose doing the number one. Oh, I love it. You could also like switch it, and he's doing like the fist pose. Like that's kind of how our Major Bendy's is.
That's great.
Figure of the year, but I have a tie.
Come on.
Is this
I have a
also what
tie.
you got
This
mad
It's a
about?
shameless plug for a broski figure.
I had to make him tied with the Zombie Sailor Heels and Faces. Matt Cardona Deathmatch 2. But guys, I know.
I almost
Don't-
picked this.
Don't vote for yourself. I get it. But this is a work
Yes.
of art. The blood, the interchangeable hands, the middle fingers. This match changed my life, changed my career. Look at that. The blood, where I have all the scars, the boots, the knee pads, the light tube. Vlad is my winner, but he's a co-winner with the bloody Matt Cardona. I broke the rules, but that's okay. Not the gauge, just the Cardona.
I was gonna say, Gage. I especially don't love because it's a soft goods shirt. My pick for retro figure of the year, and I thought about this, and this was like I said earlier, a very tough decision, but I went with Heels and Faces Hercules.
Wow.
It was just to me like if it was 1990 and I got this, I would be over the moon. And I love, unlike most zombies we've seen this past year, it doesn't have the hands down fist. This is like a body slam pose.
Perfect
It just
form.
feels like a Hasbro, and I just thought it was a really wonderful figure. And I just
it
buried
is,
that
yeah.
Gage with the soft goods shirt, but this one like works for some reason. It's cool.
Well, I sent D. I guess I maybe cheated. I sent Power and Glory, but I did not mean that. I did not mean that. I did mean the Hercules. That I meant the 2, which is cheating.
Mark's stuttering all over himself.
Yeah.
So if I had to go with one, I would say the same Hercules that you picked. But these are great as well. I think that they're awesome. I think they fit perfectly with the the Hasbros and all that. But also,
repaint that Herc to baby blue and get a whole nother one, huh? Like
Oh,
a
absolutely.
Tag team baby face.
It's pushing it, but you could.
I would
His
love a
hair's little too
chain
long.
Hercules as well.
But give it the chain and give it the
yeah.
baby blue, and you're good. You're ready
That's
to
what I'm
rock.
saying. But then also, Smart Mark Sterling came out this year too, so great little retro figure. I didn't pick it though.
What'd the fans pick? Wow.
Wow.
Interesting.
Guys,
I've never seen this figure in person. I've only
Yeah, me
heard
neither.
amazing things.
This is a runner-up for me. The DDP Epic Toys. Guys, this is fantastic. Just the packaging, it makes it feel so ultimate.
Yeah.
It also has Hasbro-esque packaging. Soft goods, T-shirts, soft goods, rib tape. And he's doing a traditional like suplex pose, but he has the magnetic arm so you can do the classic diamond cutter pose. It's an incredible figure. Epic is doing a great job taking over from Cello, which kind of, shit the bed. And seeing where Cello came from with that first Nick Aldis, which kind of started all this, really, right? Isn't that the first of the retros?
Yeah, you're
Oh my
right.
God, you're right. Wow.
And then to see where they've
Seems
come
like
with this
centuries
DDP.
ago.
Yeah, the DDP is an incredible and look, wrestlers, Zombie Sailor, Epic, they all have a Hasbro shape, but they all put their own flavor to their packaging to make them look professional. Like the Mitch packaging just looks like a dollar store ripoff of a Hasbro. And I'm not shitting on Mitch. One of Mitch's figures, one of his Macho Man's almost won Figure of the Year for me. So Mitch has been doing great stuff. But this retro Figure of the Year for DDP, I can totally see it.
I also thought about picking Mitch for one of the Machos. I thought about
Right.
the Mark Marrow.
Yeah, I thought about the Mark Merrill, but it's a little out of the Hasbro era wheelhouse where
Those are the points I gave to Power and Glory.
Hercules
Yeah,
is,
for sure.
It could have been in the line, which excites me.
Yep.
a
Next
great one.
category.
Multi-pack of the year.
Multi-pack of the year, to me, this was a no-brainer. I went with the Ringside exclusive Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, The Outsiders, the Ultimate
Same.
figures. I mean, look at this. You get the tag team titles, the interchangeable heads, the hands, the different shirts, and this is the class. To me, I close my eyes, think of Outsiders. This is the look I think of. Hall and Nash, baby, two of my favorites. There's been so many Mattel NWO figures, but these are the ultimate, true ultimate.
Plus,
and that's
the
what I
box
love
ruled.
about ultimate figures, when they are the real ultimate version of them.
Yes.
And this is the ultimate Hall and Nash for me.
2 tag titles. The box ruled.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no
I
brainer
picked,
for
I
me.
picked the same one.
I almost picked these,
Yeah.
but then I sat and I stewed about it, and I thought, my pick is literally flawless, and there's not anything wrong with them except a weird discrepancy.
Okay.
Wait, you picked the Gage Cardona 2-pack?
No, I picked the Headbangers.
Yeah, I almost picked these.
Man.
Besides the underwear issue that Broski brought up, which technically is not wrong. Like, no one's playing with these to see the underwear or displaying them where you'd see the underwear. These are like flawless. The packaging's very fun. It's something I think, look, Hall and Nash, first ballot, Hall of Famers in multiple wrestling companies, you know, household names. The Headbangers are like, holy shit, did you think you were going to get an unbelievable Headbanger 2-pack from Mattel?
They almost won packaging of the year for me.
Yeah, so I had to give them their due. It's just like pretty wonderful and perfect 2-pack.
And what did the Major Marks pick? No,
Yeah.
there you go. Smart.
Outsiders. Major
All
Marks
Nash
picked
rules, don't
the
get me wrong.
Outsiders. Great pick.
Okay, next topic.
Exclusive figure of the year.
This was
To
tough
me,
because
This is
technically,
tough
like,
'cause
this is ringside exclusive. So I'm like,
Right.
well, if I pick this for, you know,
Right. I mean, Ringside makes some incredible, incredible stuff. There were so many great exclusives, you know, from various different companies. But to me, what I love about exclusives, like I said with that Eric Bischoff in the ring, it's something that is truly exclusive. Like, these Outsiders are cool, but we've had so many other Hall and Nashes. You know what I'm saying? What
this
makes
is how
something
I thought of
exclusive?
it too.
You know?
That's how I made my decision. Yeah.
So I went with the Double J Jeff Jarrett. I mean, this to me screams old school ringside exclusives, like what they used to do, like guys you couldn't get anywhere else, or maybe they came a little later. And Jeff should certainly get a figure main line down the line. But the fact that the only way to get a Jeff Jarrett figure, a modern day Jeff Jarrett, is to get this exclusive figure, that's what screams exclusive to me. Like, you know, all these other figures that Ringside makes are great exclusive. They're great different outfits, great packaging. But this, to me, screams exclusive. And it's a great figure.
Yep.
I almost picked this too. This was probably my number 2. But I think overall, the epicness and the popularity, and again, the execution of it, I went with the ultimate CM Punk Ringside
Wow.
exclusive. I mean, a modern fan of pro wrestling, this is such a iconic time period, moment, what have you. I think, you know, stands the test of time. It means a lot to people. So I was like, this is it. And the execution was unbelievable. Do you ever think you'd get a, you know, blowing Vince McMahon the kiss, you know, goodbye?
Yeah, that's cool.
Punk Ultimate 2024. And I've seen the fan reaction to that. That ultimately, no pun intended, was like, you know, what swayed my decision on this. Like, people are very, very excited to have this in their collection.
It's a great figure. There's no doubt about it.
For similar reasons that Matt picked, like the exclusive thing, like the way that you can't necessarily put this on a Walmart shelf, but I picked the Tony Storm exclusive ringside.
Okay.
It's so good. It's flawless.
I think it's perfect. The perfect idea is you get a regular Tony Storm, not black and white on the shelf, so people aren't confused. But the wrestling fans, they can get this really cool packaging, really interesting, like vignette style, black and white or whatever, like weird pick figure with the belt, posed, the shoe. It's a great figure. Awesome exclusive, great idea, perfect kind of exclusive. So that's why I picked it.
And how long was Tony doing the timeless? I feel like, listen, it was long enough to get this figure, but not super long. Like, they got this out pretty fast.
This was a great
For
time.
Jazzware's time, I think this was like epically fast. Yeah.
Yes.
100%. I think the ringside exclusives are usually a little bit more spot on than the mainline releases.
True.
And then the Major Marks picked.
CM
There you go.
Punk,
There you go.
Ultimate Edition. And listen, it makes sense. It's a phenomenal figure, an iconic wrestling moment, whether you're old school fan or a modern fan, you can't
Right.
deny the importance of this moment. So there you go.
Next topic.
Figure line of the year.
Figure line of the year. To me, again, this was like a no-brainer. Like, what is something that I love collecting? It's really fun, and I'm not necessarily a completist on it, but I have to be because there's awesome Build-A-Figures that makes it even more fun.
This has got to be a clean sweep for us, I think, right?
I went with the Monday Night War.
Same.
And if you want to throw those Ultimates in there, I guess they technically count. But I was talking more of the Elite Monday Night War. But I mean, man, it's just so fun. You get some awesome Build-A-Figures, some really cool, unique outfits, some weird characters like fake Diesel in there. Are some of the outfits like obscure? Sure. But if you were, at Monday Night Raw like I was in 97 when Austin stunned Vince, like you need that figure. Or the classic, you know who I am, but you don't know why I'm here, Scott Hall. So I love this line. I love the Build-A-Figures, and I hope it keeps going. It's it's a shame that the Nitro stage wasn't backed. They definitely hoped or thought it would be based on how many of these they have, the ring. But I hope this keeps going for a long, long time.
Was this your pick, Mark?
It was, yeah.
Okay. This was like my number 2, and I thought about it. It's very fun, like all the things you guys said. But ultimately, Mattel Ultimates were just, they're packing so much value and effort into, it's my most like look forward to versions of people,
True.
that I get excited about. And they can put, something like that Asuka in that photo, like they can put the effort and financials into the figure that they wouldn't be able to do otherwise, in any main line. And that's, as an adult collector, that's what I'm looking for.
True. And the Major Marks picked the Monday Night Wars, yeah.
Wow.
Perfect.
Which
Guys,
is great. And
it's-
I want to see this continue and thrive and, surprise us. Also, I could have sworn a Major Mark sold me the Xbox Chase or a 6 Chase, and I never got it, and I need to figure that out. So if anyone has it,
Is that the one with the thug?
The Thug? I need that. I'm still in the market for that.
I love this set, and I just hope it keeps going. I mean, we got guys like Golga, Disciple, Vincent.
Golga on the way is pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Also, like you said, Brian, it does have Ultimates in it, and Ultimates are some great
And
figures. So
literally those 4 pictured: Brett, Piper, Mankind, Eddie. Which the exception of Mankind because I didn't love the soft goods execution. Unreal, like must have Ultimates.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn. We'll have to be talking later. All right. So then, what's the next?
Final category, figure of the year.
Okay.
final
okay.
category. Figure
This I think is going to be a little interesting,
man,
based on what we've talked about so far, Broski.
This was so tough for me. I will say this: I counted it only by things I have in hand. Like for instance, like that CM Punk is incredible. That ringside CM Punk, but I don't own it, so I felt weird voting for something that I don't own. It's not in my collection. Wasn't going to vote for a Matt Cardona or a major product.
Thanks.
So many cool things out there. But ultimately, for the reasons I'm about to say, I went with the Ultimate Edition Cody Rhodes.
Whoa. Didn't see that coming.
I mean, this is the guy in wrestling. Literally, I'm trying to watch Netflix. He pops up right away. He's the guy, and this is the ultimate version of Cody Rhodes so far. The Mattel Creations Ultimate Cody I didn't like, and I understand they tried to make it different from the Supreme with that soft goods, but I don't think it nailed the detail of the jacket. The detailing of this jacket is incredible. Just everything about it. He's got the screaming head. He can do his entrance with the hands, the boots, the weight belt. Man, I just can't say enough great things about this figure. One thing I will say, if I had a nitpick, is like if you're a kid to like unbuckle this jacket and put it back together and the weight, it's like impossible. I'm a 39-year-old man. I
A
can't
little
even
bit
do
of
it.
work, and we have bigger hands than kids. I don't know.
Yeah, but to me, this is you said it, Brian. These ultimate figures are truly ultimate versions of the figures, and Cody Rhodes is the guy in WWE. So that's why I picked the Cody Rhodes Ultimate Edition.
I love that figure. And D maybe can correct me on this, but this is representing him at WrestleMania when he lost, correct?
Yeah, this is
So I
39.
think this year
Yeah.
we'll get the even better version
Oh, the next one's gonna have the mask.
and the title, and
Yeah.
it could be incredible. So I think that's going to be
Yeah,
something to look forward to. But my pick,
Well, hold on. Before you do that, I hope that news websites pick this up. Matt Cardona picks best friend Cody Rhodes as figure of the year. I hope that is a headline somewhere
Sean Ross Sapp is
cow.
tweeting it right
this
now.
week. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, Brian.
My pick, though, I thought about it. I couldn't think of anything better than the CM Punk ringside exclusive.
Wow.
Chicago made, whatever you want to call it. Money in the Bank 2011. There's no mainline release that I think trumps this. So, your winner.
Well, I guess controversially, I picked the Monday Night War Mankind.
Wow.
Yeah,
This figure sucks, bro.
I don't think so. I do not think so at all. I think this is my favorite Mankind figure.
It grew on me. I will say it grew on me.
I
It's not
love
as bad
the
as I
soft
thought it
goods.
was, but it's not.
I love the soft goods. I love when you're talking about Mankind, right? I think the Mankind look that stands the test of time. Obviously, we love the regular, really scary in the boiler room Mankind without the button-up shirt. But the one that sort of stands the test of time to me, the ultimate Mankind would have the button-up shirt, the mask, the missing teeth, the sacco, the belt. Won it in Worcester, Massachusetts.
He's being biased.
I just think if I had one Mankind, it would be either this or the one from the Hell in a Cell. But I think this is more universal.
I agree.
So as somebody so important to professional wrestling as Mick Foley, Mankind, and for me, this being his best figure or ultimate figure, then this is the one I picked.
Wow. All right. And the fans vote.
Saying the fans picked what?
Wow.
So they picked this figure twice.
Boom, look at
CM
that. I'm telling you,
Punk.
it means a lot to people, and I
Right.
could see that. I see that translating. So
I mean, CM Punk figure of the year and exclusive of the year.
and you picked him for worst figure of the year.
Well, not the figure. Nothing against the man. Just that particular figure. I mean, to me, this screams CM Punk.
Yeah.
He's got his Chicago logos everywhere.
That
other
part,
one, it's
even
like-
when it came in, when I first saw it, I was shocked that it didn't have the red or white packaging because we've really never seen that
Yeah.
True.
from an Ultimate.
So very, very cool, guys. Let us know in the comments what you thought of our votes on social media. If you're looking what we thought the fan votes, and D Freedom with a bonus coming next week of his votes. I can't wait.
Oh my god, deep dive.
Deep dive.
The only thing that I'll say is interesting year for me, where I guess, maybe in the last 5 years, I was much more excited to be collecting NECA Turtles, Marvel Legends, things like that. This year was way heavier on the wrestling side, and I feel like a lot of those other collections took a back seat, or I just wasn't super excited or kind of finished with a lot of those collections. So I had a hard time with that non-wrestling one for the first time in a long time.
Same, Mark.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Let's go to weekly purchases brought to you by CollectMajor.com.
Big match at my house? I'll bring my guys. You have yours. I got Sergeant Slaughter. And I got Ric Flair. Woo! Here's Andre the Giant. And here's Macho Man. Ooh, yeah. And Brian Myers. And Matt Cardona.
They're so real. Can you tell the difference?
Roster Cup. Video silence.
Big rubber guys. They're for real. Each sold separately on MajorBendies.com.
Big rubber guys. Collect them all. All right, guys, CollectMajor.com. A lot is up right now on CollectMajor.com. Every single week, use the hashtag CollectMajor. We choose your picture or video. You'll get a prize. Who's the winner this week, Mark?
Here we go. Derek, the Devastator. I don't even know what that was. Got me another Big Rubber Guys figure, and it's one of my favorites. Broken Matt Hardy.
Yeah.
They got another smash hit with this figure. Collect Major.
Hey,
Nice.
Derek, me and you are in common because I got the same figure this week. I finally got him. The Broken Matt Hardy. Man, I love this. We signed Matt as soon as he became available. He's been super fun to work with, super cool. The Jeff coming soon. I think TTD and Brian Beatty absolutely nailed this broken, woken version of the Matt Hardy. The pants are incredible. I also got All Ego Ethan Page. I love this figure a lot. Looks very cool. NXT superstar. Perfect timing. Got the All Ego on the back. And I also got, guys, it's Brian mentioned it earlier. We have a WrestleCon exclusive.
Oh, baby.
Did you get yours, Brian?
Of course.
The American Dream with the yellow boots. If you want to paint some polka dots on it, go right ahead. But this will be exclusive to WrestleCon out of
a
800.
fantasy outfit. I mean,
This is a real outfit, guys.
Yeah.
It's a real outfit.
That's
so
cool.
pick it up at WrestleCon, one of 800.
To keep the collect major train rolling, as you saw, Buddy Christ off the charts. Knick Whatnot exclusive, and unfortunately, I'm going to say his name, and he.
Oh my
appeared.
God!
Joe Hendry, in stock, shipping soon for all of you that pre-ordered it. He is pretty epic. He's got a lot of chest hair.
That looks great.
He's probably going to call spots to you all day long, but here he is, Joe Hendry, in the house, and breaking news right here, folks. TNAmerch.com officially licensed
Wow.
Joe Hendry, the first of hopefully many major Bendy exclusives. Hopefully shipping soon or being available on TNAmerch.com soon. And I'm really hoping available at our live events starting in Dallas at Genesis. So,
Can you show the fans both of them held up so they see the difference? It's not the
yeah, I
same.
have them both loose here. Joe wears very dynamic gear, so it's a little difficult to repaint him. But it is different there. You can
Holy shit, those are fucking pretty damn similar.
I know, but that's
Hey, that's
what
the
Joe
difference.
Hendry wears. And
So
he's
which
very
one is
popular.
which one's the regular one? Which one is the Impact one?
The silver trim is the collectmajor.com, Joe. TNA merch has this little triangles on the side and the white.
Oh, you got the better one.
I believe
you
he
got the
just wore
the more
that.
toyetic.
Bound for
Joe
Glory or something big. He wore that just recently. So, and
Very cool.
Two different completely different trading cards and art.
I love that it has
licensed back
TNA
to
logos
that.
all
I mean,
over the
look at
place.
that. Official. So
That's
pretty
fucking cool, man. So this is officially the first TNA figure to market?
Yeah, in 10 years.
Wow, that's fucking awesome.
Very cool. So,
What am I nuts? Wasn't there Deanna Prazo? Heath?
That was Impact-esque
no, that
packaging.
was a wink and a nod. Those weren't.
Got it. Okay.
Also, a quick shout out to Threadheads. He made me a modern TNA Matt Hardy shirt. So if you got your Hardy's AEW figures, you can kind of update them.
Oh, cool.
Threadheads. Check them out on Instagram. Threadheads, always making cool stuff. And he sent a bunch of extras I'm going to Matt to give to his kids.
Oh,
I was
perfect.
pumped about that. For all you Hardy fans and you want to update your Hardys, in stock, Brian Myers stainless steel souvenir can cup. Smash your
Put your garage
beers
beer
here.
in there.
Oh, look
Keep
at
them
that.
ice cold. This is an homage to the old school 7-Eleven WWF cups.
That's
love
cool.
You know, you know. And it could also be with the straw style for a little kid cup. So
There
it's
you
your
go.
choice. Smash a adult beverage in it or straw style for a kid. Those will be available at my shows and whatnot for sure. And I have a main event item if anyone.
I got some quick things.
Okay.
I got this Ghostbuster plasma set. Look at this. It looks like an old school beat up VHS.
Oh, sick.
Right? But when you open it up, it has like the O-ring G.I. Joe style figures.
Oh damn!
Really cool. What I don't
NECA?
like, what's up?
Who made that NECA?
Hasbro.
Hasbro.
What I don't like is that you had to cut the tape. So like, if I wanted to keep them in on cart, I feel like I already ruined the packaging by cutting the tape.
What do you mean O-ring? What do you
That's what this style of figures is called.
Oh, yes.
O-ring.
yes, yeah.
You didn't know that?
I did
Oh,
not.
ring. I don't know that either.
That's what's am I wrong, guys? Is anyone in the chat? I'm pretty sure it's called
O-ring?
that's a style.
D's nodding.
Yeah, O-ring. Okay.
It's like a
Cool.
5 points of articulation figure.
It's like a G.I. Joe. They're called like an O-ring.
Got it. I didn't know that. Cool.
And guys, I went down a retro rabbit hole this week. Okay. I talked about KWK after seeing him at Kyle Peterson's house, I immediately went to his website. Guys, I'm the proud owner of Yoshi Tatsu. I felt like
that looks pretty good, but it's Tatsu, so
I felt like I
put it
needed
over.
Yoshi. I needed to get it. This is the gear that me and him were in the Battle Royal at WrestleMania in.
Yeah, you definitely
had
need
to get it. And then these are really cool, guys. He made the Conquistadors, and they
you
come
went
with
hard.
different capes. So what I thought was cool is like they definitely look like Hasbro's, with like Hasbro action.
Yeah, definitely. Wow.
And I
like
don't.
nobody got royalties on that.
I believe they did. So the heads are the same, but the bodies, or at least the arms, are different. And then
Those
they
are
came with
actually
these little
cool.
capes. I think these are Conquistadors. I remember them in the late '80s, early '90s. How to get those? Also for Mitch, you guys talked about it last week, so I don't want to bore you guys. But I got the WrestleMania 10 style Macho Mans.
Great machos.
Yep.
Fucking awesome. Great,
Yeah.
great work. So happy to have these in my collection. And then I went crazy on figurecollections.com. I ended up getting that variant Bobby the Brain Heenan from Epic.
Nice.
I love this figure. I don't think they really captured the likeness of Bobby that great. To me, it
Yeah,
looks like
I would
the
say that's
dad
true, right?
from Beetlejuice.
Oh my God, it does.
Yeah, wow.
Like, it looks like Bobby, but it doesn't look like Bobby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Bobby's one of my favorites, and I thought everything else about the figure was great, so I had to get it.
Well, you put that next to an Andre the Giant. It's like, okay.
Yeah, but bro, check this out. The Patriot from Figure Collection.
Pretty great.
Bro, so good. And what I love, this attention to detail, the hairs poking out of the mask.
Oh, yeah.
Really, really cool. It definitely looks like a Hasbro with the clothesline action, but they updated it so he can kind of move his shoulder like,
I mean, the
like,
Mattels are like that, so.
exactly. So I like that. And then I got the Buff Bagwell.
Wow, nice hat.
Absolutely
So much.
love this.
It's crazy how much there is.
Removable hat. And I guess his arms are kind of like he's doing a double by, but like
It's
I
a
feel like his
bushwhacker
hand,
pose.
yeah, it's like a bushwhacker pose. So I dig it. And then like I wasn't gonna get it, but I had to get the variant in the like the NWO style look.
That's cool.
They also changed the head sculpt so he's not wearing glasses.
Oh, yeah, you definitely.
So great.
Those
stuff.
are two wildly different buffs, though.
Man, I mean, much like a smoke train, like Chelsea and Swaggle really like jumped the gun on that
Yeah.
company, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do like the Chelsea. I just think the size is off.
Yeah, it's okay.
The size is off.
Yeah.
But Jack is doing some great stuff over Figure Collection. I have one last thing, unless you have anything, Mark.
I got a quick thing. So for Christmas, my brother's, Tim Sterling's girlfriend, got me, she makes these awesome cookies, okay? And she made me, this was a very thoughtful gift, she made me Smart Mar Sterling cookies. So first, real quick, she made me this, the SM, right? Whatever. She made me this one, Hold On, which is something that I often say. I'm like, hold on a second. She made me one with a cake on it that,
Are you gonna eat these or what?
These are so good. I'm going to have one right now.
Oh my God!
They're amazing cookies, cake, whatever that I get in the kids. But like, check out this one. Look at this, the tie
Wow,
with the tie clip and the attention to detail. The one time that I wore the scissor on it because I stole the scissoring.
that's awesome.
Somehow she knew it, but she made me a bunch of these.
Eat
They're
it,
awesome.
Mark.
Awesome.
Put it in your
That
mouth.
bitch. Whoa.
That was a pussy little bite.
Oh, great. So thank you very much, Erica. These are awesome.
Wow. And then Brian's got a main event, so let me just get this out of the way. Big Shots has been making some incredible product. I just had to get one of these. I scratched that Big Shots itch. Say hello
Wow.
to the bad guy. I had to get it. Razor Ramon. Absolutely perfect. I love these guys. I love these Big Shots. It's a dangerous game. Do I go and get everybody? I don't know. But I
Those come in
needed
boxes or like a poly bag?
like a poly bag.
Oh, wow.
So I had to get the Razor Ramon. I believe the Deathmatch King is still available, so you can have the Deathmatch King versus
Hey,
Razor Ramon. But just so good. The quality is unbelievable on these. The best buddies since the Tonkas. Get this at Big Shots, but unbelievable. The bad guy, Razor Ramon.
cool.
Real quick on that. My mom got me the Stone Cold for Christmas.
Whoa.
Yeah?
However,
Wrong size?
no, she didn't get it. She basically gave me an IOU.
The pre-order?
She said she ordered it a month ago, and they kept saying it would come, And then they sent her an email like right before Christmas being like, we're very sorry, but it's not going to be in time for Christmas.
Wow.
And my thing is like, how? Isn't that just like, it's not like a back order thing or anything like that, I guess. So my only thought is they just had such an influx of orders maybe.
Yeah, that sounds like that.
Wow,
So.
good for them if that's the case.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the case, but yeah. So I'll
All
have a
right,
Stone Cold
boys.
something.
I wanted to give myself a little Christmas present.
All right.
Wanted to get something that I could cherish forever.
Wow.
You see that there?
Signed.
Autograph. Mint on card. Terry Funk, LJN. There's the proof. I bought it off a seller in a Facebook group. I've been literally looking for a mint Terry. Not really my wildest. I think I'd get an autographed one. I was like, it's meant to be. Got to do it. I actually sent Liz a listing for this case as a gift, so she actually bought this for me for Christmas.
Oh, nice.
But I bought the Terry. This acrylic is beautiful.
Wow.
Terry's
That's
beautiful.
unreal.
It's so sick. It's an unbelievable piece.
Where are you going to put that?
I think I can squeeze it behind the LJNs as like the centerpiece of my
Okay.
display, but I need time to figure that out. And I'm
How much did that set you back, if you don't mind me
What?
asking? How much did that set you back?
400. I couldn't believe it.
Oh,
I know.
Wow.
Jumped at
that's
it. Considering I've been bidding on decent ones on eBay and I was losing like in the 300s, so I was like, this is crazy.
Wow.
And the guy sent me that photo, said it was some big event a couple of years ago. I was like, let's go.
Damn.
Rock and roll. Yeah.
Very cool.
All right, major mark purchases of the year. All right, boom. These are some great ones. Let me just get to my notes. Aunt DeLucia. I designed these Lost Boys trading cards and turned them into a poster. At CT Horror Fest, I met Alex Winter, Jason Patrick, and Billy Worth and got it autographed. One of the real highlights
That's pretty cool.
of the year, yeah. Kyle Peterson says, great point here. He says, sometimes it's not just the figures, it's the display. Built a custom table display for my Masters of the Universe collection with tons of storage inside and outside, which gave me a lot more room for my collection in general. All about maximizing your space when displaying your
Definitely.
collection. And you can see that in
Good
detail.
advice, Kyle.
Yeah, I can't believe that's what it started like. If you see the finished product
Yeah.
in the
He's got
vlog.
a whole thing. This is really neat. TNA here. Brad Augenstein, my purchase of the year came in the form of this. It's a TNA Toy Biz ring signed from Slammiversary 2006 weekend. Some of the autographs include Sting, Cornette, Kevin Nash, Dixie Carter, Kurt Angle, Samoa Joe, Rhino, Senshi, AJ Styles, Abyss, Don West, Shane Douglas, Scott Steiner, Tracy Book, Shark Boy, Brother Runt, Brother Ray, Simon Diamond, Chase Stevens, Andy Douglas, Chris Sabin, Alex Shelley, Petey Williams, Eric Young, Ron Killings, Mike Tenay, BG James, and SoCal Val. This is an awesome addition to my TNA collection and cool to own something that culminated across a whole weekend.
He's got to buy like, the stickers or something in the post, and unless he has them. But also, whoever signed that in red's a real asshole.
Ruined it. We talked about this earlier this year, but Jeff Noyes had a person
Unbelievable.
reach out to me. This is a Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth wrestling buddy.
It's crazy.
So pretty awesome. I think
Autographed.
we talked about that a lot in the past.
Wow.
That's beautiful.
Obviously, this is a bucket list thing for me. Purchase of the year has to be finishing the autographs for Horsemen. The highlight of my collection, found one at a toy store that was autographed by Tully and Arn already, and finished it off with Barry and Rick this year. Shout out
Barry
to Zombie
is the
Hideout.
last living Galoob autograph I need, and he will
Does
be
he
at
have a
Square-
Legends deal?
What?
Does he have a Legends deal?
Barry? I don't think so.
We got to get for Big Rubber Guys.
I would love to. Well, he'll be at Squared Circle Expo,
Oh, we got to talk to him.
Indianapolis. Can't
I
wait.
want a do-over of all of this. I want this set, but as a do-over. It's
Damn.
nice. Dan Bessels, rocking with
Rockin'
Dan.
with Dan or Rockin' with Dan.
One of my greatest purchases this year was entry spots in the live Philly backstage VIP raffle and winning it. Getting this one-on-one poster signed by every person there. Having a whole crowd join Brian and singing Rockin' with Dan theme song, and just hanging out backstage are moments I'll never forget. I'm always appreciative of the guys for being so great with their fans and making every person feel like a VIP. Always remember to keep on rocking.
That's awesome.
Good job rocking with Dan. This is a pretty neat little poster here. Alex Mahoney says, my favorite purchase this year was the old school wrestling poster from WWF show from 1977 with Andre the Giant that took place here in Staten Island that my dad had attended back in the day.
That's cool.
And after
Tony
his and my
Gurria
mother's,
tagged with Andre the Giant.
yes, after him and my brother's first year wedding anniversary advertised as Andre the Giant Night here in Staten Island, the idea that they had to do shows like this out here blew my mind and felt like I needed to have this piece. Okay, Brandon Nason says this little display
Nice.
here. I was scrolling Facebook Marketplace looking for display cabinets when I came across this antique pie cabinet. Pie cabinet. Went to check it out, and once a tape measure confirmed my idea would work, I started
that
negotiating.
Is cool that it fits Ultimate Rings.
Got it for $75, and I happily went home with a display just big enough to fit Ultimate Rings. Now I just need to take time and pull the Superstars out and pull the Nitro ring in.
That is cool.
Okay. And then this, I had to. Mike Whalen says the biggest and best of the year. That's 1/6 scale 89 Batmobile from Jazz Inc. Dioramas. Pretty cool. And then the last is Brian. I think you've seen this, right?
Yeah, that's cool.
Alan Hetzel says, I have an ECW print I've been working on for a long time. Big help from K&S. It started with Paul Heyman on the bottom right, Taz in orange, and Shane Douglas in yellow. I was able to get Kevin Sullivan before he passed away. I still have to get RBD. So pretty cool.
That's cool because it's all different colors, not like blaring like that TNA one.
It looks great.
Right.
I like that a lot.
That's a lot of fun.
They need me in there.
Yeah, true.
Don't
That's
even
right.
face that print.
Well, guys,
Okay.
up next is the Q&A brought to you by Blue Chew.
This episode is sponsored by Blue Chew. Guys, if you're feeling your age more than you used to, especially in the bedroom, it's time to snap out of it. Blue Chew is what you need to perform where it's most important and perform in a major way.
Does Blue Chew work? If you're asking that question, we want you to know that Blue Chew is putting their money where their mouth is by giving you a month free. Blue Chew is an online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra, but at a fraction of the cost and in chewable form. The process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive the prescription within days. Blue Chew tablets are made in the USA and prepared and shipped directly to your door. The best part, it's all done online. That means no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. You can take them anytime, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises.
So if you could benefit from extra confidence when it's time to perform, visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information.
Blue Chew wants men to rock hard. They told me. That's the mission. They will not stop until every man is bricked up like a brick house, till every tent is pitched, till every rod is raised. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. And we've got a special deal for our audience. Try Blue Chew free. Just pay $5 shipping at checkout when you visit BlueChew.com. That's BlueChew.com to receive your first month free. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring Major Wrestling Figure Podcast.
It's another year, 2025.
Where is the women's United States champion right now?
She is in bed.
Uh-oh.
And the garage is always open and the drawer by the bed's always open to get some
boy.
Blue Chew. You know what I'm saying?
New year, same Matt.
That's right. Ask us a question every single week. Use the hashtag AskMajorPod. If we answer it on air, you will get a prize. What do we got?
I'm still eating cookies over here. But my question, Alex Pampa, if you guys could go back in time and see any wrestling match front row in person, what would it be? Mine, Austin versus Brett,
Shit.
WrestleMania 13, or Cena
Great
versus
question.
Punk?
That's a
I
fun
think
question.
I think Austin versus I think WrestleMania 14, Austin versus Shawn Michaels, just Austin winning the title. It was such a culmination of me like loving Stone Cold for 2 years, making me an obsessed wrestling fan. I would have loved to be there.
Dude,
with him
Hogan
holding
Rock,
the
I
title.
think.
Yeah, I'm going to say Hogan Rock.
I think I'm still Mark Boy enough, like innocent, like fanboy, like where I could forget what I know about what I know now about the business, and I could just enjoy it
Yeah.
and live in the moment and be front row of the Sky Dome and just be a Mark. I would love that.
You might be right.
I'd also maybe, like I saw Sean Razor WrestleMania 10 for from like, not the nosebleeds, but pretty high up. Maybe if I was sitting front row for that. To see like, or Brett Owen front row.
I feel
WrestleMania
like
10.
that ladder match is like, maybe not at the time wasn't as crazy, right? I feel like it's the aura has grown more, you know?
Well, they say it was the first ladder match. There were ones beforehand,
Yeah,
but it was the first like televised or at least pay-per-view ladder match. So it's even just tipping the ladder with the guy over was like, what?
Right.
You know, like
Right.
I
That
loved
was
it.
Unreal looking.
Yeah.
All right, Matt's question. How do you assess, from Rob Alford, Major Mark 444, how do you assess your 2024 biggest achievement, unfinished goals? Brian
2024.
also picked this question. I made him pick another one.
Yeah, to redo.
It was a interesting year for me. You know, did a lot of cool things. Fucking got injured, which sucked, but I made the most of that. And while I was injured, came up with, all right, I can't come back as the Indie God and Deathmatch King again. It's just not going to work out. I don't want to come back with the same thing. I want to come back different, a little fresh coat of paint, if you will. So came up with the whole complete thing. But 2024 did a lot of cool things that I didn't, weren't on my to-do list. Like I didn't start the year thinking, I want to wrestle Edge, or I didn't, on my list wasn't, I'm going to wrestle Jericho at Hammerstein. It's just cool things that happened, and it's because I stay always ready and that I was always ready for those opportunities. I didn't really make a list of things I wanted to do. Now looking back, like, am I happy with the year? Sure. Are there other things I could have accomplished? Maybe, but instead of like harping on like negative things, more focused on, all right, well, what's going to happen in 2025, which is always a scary thought because how am I going to top the year before? Especially, I've been doing this independent thing for 5 years. We're making the same towns, doing the same things. So it's always a challenge, but a fun challenge. I'll let you guys talk about it. Maybe we'll spark some more ideas.
Obviously all my eggs are in the system right now, and I'm having the most fun of my career. I'm in the best spot of my career. But I do think, and then we're all in agreement with this, like the system has to keep going to have any kind of legacy, right? If we just broke up next month, and it would just be like, it wouldn't live on. I want it to live on,
Right.
So we got to keep going, keep being in top spots, keep being part of awesome angles, keep working with, great talents like the Hardys and stuff, just be memorable assets to the TNA roster. I think that's what we're all wanting to do. And honestly, I've loved tagging with Eddie so much, we've even agreed to like put ourselves out there and do some indie dates.
I saw that.
I was blown
I thought
away by
I'm
that.
like, is it April Fool's?
I don't want to come to your town, but I'll come to your town with Eddie Edwards. How about that?
I even reposted that because I'm like, I really want to see if Brian does this.
I will. I mean, me and Eddie, I think we're one of the best teams in the world. We're dialed in. It's almost like too easy when we're out there together. So it's too much fun. So, but like I said, this is like any real, group in wrestling history to me. You got to put in some more time. Than we've had one calendar year, and it's been incredible. But I want to keep going.
Yeah.
I didn't really say this publicly anywhere. I think I said it on the Silver Linings, but I re-signed with AEW earlier this year. I think that's a big win for me in my career. I did the Collision pre-show every episode this year, pretty much.
Jeez.
Maybe missed one or two, but it's just a social little video. But I love doing that stuff. So like going more into the backstage stuff, I did just talking about doing the pre-show for the pay-per-view. Me and the guys performed on multiple pay-per-view pre-shows this year. Maybe you don't necessarily think of the Premier Athletes as pay-per-view guys, but we were on multiple this year. And we got new shirts, 2 new shirts. That one that we don't want, but one that we do, that are out there right now. We are having a great year. I love working with Neese and the guys. I did that whole program at Beyond. I'm having a great time. So a lot of little successes this year for sure, and just keep chugging along with the wrestling stuff. For
It's
sure.
crazy. Brian's in the same boat. I mean, this is our 20th year in the business. We're still
21st,
going.
Bro.
When we started, being in the business 20 years
we're
wasn't
in the
a
middle
thing.
of our 21st.
What do you mean?
We've done 20 years. We're in the
Oh,
middle
Jesus
of our
Christ.
21st.
Well, which is even crazier to think.
Yeah.
But, like this year, doing
old
all the
enough to drink.
indies wrestling all over the world. My 50th state, Hawaii. So still, when I started, I didn't think that. I thought 20 years. That you were done. Nobody was wrestling for 20 years. A decade of destruction. Undertaker was like, oh my god. No one was going 20 years.
Right. Yeah.
So let's see what happens. People ask all the time, like people who are not in the business ask me all the time, I should say, like, oh, when are you going to retire? When are you going to hang up the boots? Whatever. I'm like, I'm going to run it till the wheels fall off, baby.
Father Time's undefeated. He'll get all three of us at some point.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I've accepted that, but I'm not going to just give into it. I'm going to, I see Christian on TV and I go, fuck you. I see Edge on TV.
Yeah.
And I think,
which I love.
Shit.
I love
I'm like, if you can do it, I can do it too. Like, and I'm proud of those guys.
Yes.
I'm saying that in an endearing way that I admire that they're still going at their age at that high level, and it motivates me.
Oh, 100%. Like 2025, do I have a list of goals that I'm going to write out? Maybe. Am I going to share them all here? Probably not. But like already, Brian, he's like, hey, we got this, I want to do something for my birthday in April. I'm like, sorry, pal, I'm booked. Like I have bookings till the summer already. Like that's what, as an independent wrestler, this is what you have to do. You got to fill them up.
Brian, I'm asking for that day off.
Thanks, Mark. Hey, also, I will say this, TNA, UBS, I think that should be a destination for me and you as Long Island's own. I think that's a big deal.
I will say this, guys. Spoiler, I already have gear for it. I'll tell you why. Is because I don't know how much I mentioned last week with the Ghostbuster stuff.
A booking come before the gear?
Hear me out here. Hear me out here. So, when I was doing this stuff with Jericho and Ring of Honor, AEW, I cut a promo, but I didn't realize like for Rampage, like some things get like edited out. So like I cut this whole like promo like saying like I'm the indie god, I'm the deathmatch king, I'm the king of your cruise, and if anyone's the king of New York, it's me. And I had all like King of New York gear, but then they didn't play the line. They like, I guess we went over time, so they cut like 30 seconds out of me talking.
Okay.
So for me to come out with King of New York gear didn't make any sense because I never said it.
Also, Chris kind of go that route too about the whole thing?
Well, that was the thing. It was like, who's the King of New York?
Okay, gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like the Deathmatch King logo, but it said like New York.
So what did you wear?
So I ended up wearing Ghostbuster gear because I was supposed to have the Ghostbusters entrance, which got fucked up.
Jeez.
But
snake bit.
I already had the King of New York gear made.
Oh, okay.
Nice. All right, save it.
Is it blue and orange?
It's blue and orange.
Piece of shit. Okay.
It's blue. So if I'm booked for Slammiversary,
Brian, you got to bring back the white and green then.
Not UBS. That's where the Islanders play.
I guess,
that's
you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
my favorite team, the Islanders. Right. So if I'm booked for Slammiversary, I already got my gear.
Right.
You never know.
All right, Brian's question. Ryan Hall, bare minimum Ryan. What are your top guys under Legends deals that you would love to see lapse with WWE so they
come on.
could be made by all the indie? I didn't. I thought it was interesting, but you don't want to see anybody lapse.
Let's say that, right? If people are prospering from their Legends deal and enjoying it, we don't wish for them to be booted from it. That's not what we're saying.
But if there's a week in between, sign with us and then sign back.
Sure, that too. But also, there's certain ones I think, like, what else are they going to do? Like HTM. Come on, brother. Get out there. Let everyone, do their best honky tonk.
Imagine Zombie gets to do like a sick ass honky tonk.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm thinking about here.
The meat on the bone of your Mattel career has kind of been sucked dry.
Do you remember when we were really upset that Mattel lost Macho? I mean, obviously we lost that figure that was coming too. Mm-hmm. We were like, oh no. But we've been able to get some of the coolest Macho Man figures.
Right. And I would say besides that, what it was going to be that Defining Moments redone as an Ultimate. I mean, I do wish we got that. WrestleMania 7's pretty epic. Other than that, it's like, what Macho were they like, man, how do they not do this one? There was a lot done.
Bret Hart?
When you put it that way, I see what you're saying.
I'd love to see Zombie take a stab at Bret Hart.
Oh, does not imagine?
Again, I don't want anyone to lose their Legends deal, but
we already said that.
I would like them to take a week off, sign with us, and then re-sign.
That's a great loophole.
That's it. I mean, we've done it before. Like, who could we do? Like,
Michaels.
Shawn Michaels.
Imagine making rocker stuff.
Yeah, Shawn Michaels.
Everyone's just doing rocker stuff.
Ultimate Warrior. Big rubber guy Warrior with Beatty TTD at the helm.
DiBiase.
In my mind, I'm literally just every one of these people. I'm thinking, what could Zombie do?
Right. Piper.
Piper. Man.
Piper
Great
signs
question.
Shawn Michaels in the 1 year lapse, but then we don't see it for 5 years.
That's a great one. Great
Yeah.
question. All right, guys. Let's go to some good housekeeping. All right, guys, welcome to Good Housekeeping. Check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/@MajorWFPod. The podcast drops every Saturday. We have tons of vlogs. We got the Galoob video, the Kyle Peterson video. What's coming down? What's coming down the aisle soon?
Everything's been coming out so fast. At some point this week, the party the Major Rager will be up there.
Okay, the Ringside Hall was up.
So our holiday drive was up there already. That's the Galoob episode. You have a lot of stuff to catch up on because there was an extra 2.5 hour episode that went up there.
Yeah.
So make sure that you check that stuff out. But the Major Rager will be coming. And you know what's crazy? I just found a vintage toy store 3 minutes from my house.
What?
Yeah.
That's so sterling.
I went to breakfast today. There was
Yeah.
a store called Legends next to it. I went with my family.
Yeah.
We walked in. The guy was like, "Smart Mark Sterling."
What?
I was like, "Hey." So weird.
You got to film something there.
Yeah, so I was like, maybe I'll just shoot something here today.
Maybe. Yeah, it's
some
definite.
other day. Not today. I was too tired. Anyway.
All right. ProWrestlingTees.com/MajorWFPod. We got some garage beer stuff up there. Maybe the most professional drinker. Always ready to drink. I don't know what Mark would say.
95 smart calories. Smart 95.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I don't know.
Check that out. CollectMajor.com. Go get your Captain Joe shoes, your Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, Missy High, and Rick the Model Martel. Major pod on Whatnot. I'm making my return Monday. Got a lot of stuff, and then every Monday thereafter, I will be on unless I have a crazy schedule again.
I lied, guys. I said I was done for the year, but I'm going on this family vacay to Colorado, and I have a lot of downtime. I'm bringing 2 shoe boxes of cards, and I'm having a good old-fashioned card night. If you're listening to this on Friday or Saturday, you missed it, but I'm going to do one more card night to end the year, and then I'll be back for the new year.
Major Rewind every 2 weeks. Jay George takes you on a trip down memory lane. Learn all about the ins and outs, the OG stories of the podcast. And then every other week from the vault. What's from the vault, Mark?
We're still chugging on the Ruthless Aggression Fig Fed.
Wow. Incredible. Plugs this week. I'll be in Minnesota for First Wrestling 2-nighter. Friday and Saturday.
Back. Holy shit.
But it depends if my ankle is healed up by then. I'm the champion. I might not be medically cleared to compete. I had to skip a GCW show this week.
Damn.
So we'll see what happens.
Huge week for me. If you're listening this early, sorry, pal, but New Year's Eve, there's a guy that looks a lot like me named Lawrence Carpentier. He's a very classic wrestler, grizzled vet.
All about this, Mark.
He is wrestling Bob Furio, also a grizzled vet, but a carny promoter, in a teach these kids how to work match.
Good
Lord.
God.
But then after that, for Beyond Wrestling, Heavy Lies the Crown, one of my favorite shows of the year. It's a New Year's Eve show. The main event, Fans Bring the Weapons match, happens exactly as the ball drops. Ball drops.
Pretty wild.
Music
Very cool
plays.
way to-
Fans Bring the Weapons. It's an awesome
If you have
show.
no family, that's a wonderful way to spend the new
Or
year.
friends. Or life.
Well, why don't you just go with your friends?
I'm having a party at my house, pal.
Yeah. Well, I won't be there because I'm booked. I will be managing WWID Bryce Donovan against
Name drop. I'm telling
AEW
Tony.
superstar
Boy.
Chris Statlander. So I might be helping
Ooh,
Bryce.
Bring some $1.99 Chris's and get them signed up.
Slam on it.
Yeah. Oh, man. You can do a whole spot.
My history with Chris Statlander goes way back. So time to even the score this year on New Year's. And then, of course, AEW in Charlotte this weekend with Collision. Huge week. Let's go.
Hell yeah, guys. Well,
Guys, I'm off all week on this family vacation, but I will be wrestling somewhere on Saturday, but it's a surprise. I'm not allowed to say.
oh, wow. Collision.
Collision?
Collision.
That's all I'm saying.
Well, we'll see you
saying.
in Charlotte, pal.
Surprise appearance this weekend. Can't tell you where.
Happy New Year, guys and gals.
Happy New Year. World up.
1, 2, 3. I'll be back, Jack.
Join the community at MajorMarks.com and get access to exclusive content, behind-the-scenes footage, and become a member of the Major family.
You get bonus episodes on our careers, wrestling figure history, and exclusive interviews with our friends and legends in the business each month.
You also get early access to YouTube videos and, of course, the weekly podcast ad-free and breaking news updates.
Brand new shows featuring
Oh, baby.
and you. Each month, you can interview someone in the wrestling business with the Captain's Log.
Also, buy, sell, and trade in our exclusive Facebook community where people have become friends in real life.
Certain memberships include merch like monthly trading cards and quarterly mystery gifts.
Become a Major Mark and join MajorMarks.com today.